So to officially welcome us to today's event, I humbly invite the Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine here at Care University. With a big round of applause, let's welcome Professor Benjamin Emiken to give us the welcome address. Let's go better, let's go better.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me a great pleasure. But when you clap like this and my boss is around, I start to wonder. I think before I say anything, let me sincerely appreciate the presence of my provost in the person of Professor Christian Ajayi. You might be wondering why I have to specially single him out to appreciate him. Because when he became the provost, I went to him the way veterinarians always visit the provost to tell them their plans and to see how the office of the provost will be able to help us. It wasn't harsh. It just said softly, Ben, you have all the capacity to build the school to be self-sufficient. And it made me to feel that I'm an entrepreneur. I can be an administrator, but I must be able to look for money and restore the dignity of the veterinary profession. A veterinarian must be rich, must be wealthy, must be innovative, and must not be dependent. Independent in thinking, innovative, and be able to create wealth. And in 5 to 6 years, I can boldly say to the provost that we are not dependent again. Friends, these are not possible except you start to think as a team, where you believe everybody counts, and where you tap into the resources, especially human resources that we have, both in and outside the country, to make veterinary medicine a proud profession. One of the things I always tell my students is after 3 years of graduation, if you are walking on the road and I'm driving a car, I will not pick you. I believe by 3 years you should have made it. And that is why we are here. I want you to know that the day you know your worth and you know how innovative you have been trained to be, then you can easily control and dominate the world, just like they have said. Veterinarians are made to think outside the box. The training is extremely rigorous, where you have to be the nurse, the physiotherapist, the diagnostician, the clinician, and the same person who is also an entrepreneur that will make money and pay salaries. All is embedded in that profession we call veterinary medicine. Today, I have been able to break the chain of what Farm-Alert wanted. They wanted to go to all the veterinary schools in Nigeria. And I felt my school is also very important. I was watching them keenly. They did that of Ahmadu Bello University. They did that of University of Abuja. Then I said the next place there is Ghana, Kumasi. My aim is to produce 50 entrepreneurs from the crop of those that are here. I'm throwing a challenge. We are in the next 5-10 years, and I'm saying it in the presence of my provost. He can hold me accountable. That we will not come to ask the office of the provost to give us money. Never again. And we will be able to tell our students, the pocket and shine students, the students I so much trust, who are students today, but will become entrepreneurs tomorrow. Just 50 of them, if they can give 10 scholarships each, all the students in the School of Veterinary Medicine will have gotten scholarship just by the push of just 50 entrepreneurs. I deliberately and intentionally asked Boris B. to be here. Boris B. was the first industrialist in Ghana that gave our school 5,000 Ghana cedis as a seed. And he said to me, I believe in your leadership. You can turn that school around. Boris B., the school you are I did not only bring you here, sir. I also went behind him to make sure that I got one of his child to be in our school, so that when I make a demand, he cannot say no. Because blood is thicker than water. Friends, students, I want us to take the bull by the horn. Don't chicken out like some of us, like me, like Professor Faleke, like Professor Atawana, and many of the professors who decided that they just want to be academicians. They don't want to be entrepreneurs. The day I knew my value, I don't want to say it because my boss is here, but I will still say it so that he will increase my salary. And I found out that my value that KNUST gives me was 1/10 of what I should have had if I work on myself. And I made up my mind that I will not just be like Professor Ajare. I'll be an entrepreneur, I'll be a professor, and I'll be an industrialist. It's a choice. Today, you are going to see people who made a choice, who stood by their choices, who designed their life by their choices, who disrupt the current system and dominate with new system that can transform life. I believe strongly, if you are my student, you will pocket and you will shine. I want us to learn an humble beginning. Try. If you fail, try again. If you fail, try again until you succeed. The sky is just the beginning. I strongly believe that you are here. You will make it. We will give you the right push. And let me use the name, my boss. My boss always say, Ben, if you want anything, come to the office of the provost. I will help you. I'm not speaking for him because I know he will come to speak. But then, if you need any help, the dean's office and the provost's office is there to push you to become who you should be. Thank you.
I think the dean deserves another big round of applause. I just want to ask the 50 people that will be activities, are they in the room? Let me see my hand. That's what I'm missing. Okay, bro, you need to add more numbers to this. So it's time to hear a good bold message, and it will be done by our very own provost of the College of Health Sciences. With a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome Professor Christian. Let's be on our feet as we welcome him.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I'm standing here on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, and what I'm going to say is coming from the Provost, although I'm representing the Vice Chancellor. I hope you got it. So if what I say is good, the Vice Chancellor will take it. If it's bad, the Provost will take it. So the Dean, Professor Benjamin Mipe, the HODs present, our venerable Professor Falike, am I right? Good. The registrar of the school, lecturers, our venerable benefactor. I will prefer to call him venerable because of what he has been doing for us. When I say us, I'm talking about the school and then the college. We are one. Dr. Boris Bedu. Students are present. And let me not forget our team, our special team from Farm Alert. I don't want to say Nigeria because it's all over there. We have the chief executive with us, that is Dr. Femi, MD of House of Pluto, Prosper Ramlo. Let's give it to her. Fantastic team from the Farm Alert. I think on behalf of the Vice Chancellor and the management of the university and that of the college, we are very, very grateful for your presence here and what you are going to do with our students. For me, this is not the usual speeches and presentation, and then at the end of the day, we just get our lunch packs and then away. I think it's something that we are going to demonstrate, and after that, there will also be a follow-up. That is so, I would say, the hallmark of this whole arrangement in terms of, I prefer to use the word the vetpreneurs. As the Dean indicated, I'm a pharmacist, and we normally combine both the commercial bit and then the practice side. So when I took over, as usual, as part of the handing over note, I was informed that I have to make room with the small funds that we get at the Provost office. We have to take over our School of Veterinary Medicine. So the Dean also came. I said, no, there are more opportunities that you can become self-reliant, and then we can even rely on you. Yeah, a lot of opportunities that we can take advantage of. And as he said, I'm happy that I'm exiting in the next 4 months, and I'm happy to say that the School of Veterinary Medicine is now financially independent. It is a hallmark. And I always tell the dean that this is just the beginning. In terms of what we can do, there are more room that we can operate and engage, not on our own, but to collaborate with our stakeholders in such a way that we can rake in or get more of the IGF, and hence your issues can be addressed. With the increasing numbers, we need to complete the building over there. That is the other aspect of the school complex. Fortunately for us, the Ghana government has been able to get this into the Get Fund project for the year. So we are hoping that by the close of the year, at least it will be roofed and certain aspect of the work will be ongoing. Hopefully by next year, we should have enough space for our increasing numbers. Now, to the reason why we are here. As we are aware, most of our the healthcare professionals, previously you finish, the job is there for you, either Ghana Health Service, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, and then you are good to go. Of course, we are having low numbers. Now, because of the state of the economy, they have to also manage the appointment of all these healthcare professionals. So if you have a situation where your revenue compensation is taking more than 40% of your revenue, how can you develop? So that is what they are trying to balance. In so doing, we will have to be doing something on our own. As I indicated, for pharmacy, it has been the order of the day. They didn't say it, I started my small entrepreneurship, I think 2 years after I completed my first degree. I was then a teaching assistant. Started something, and at least we are surviving. I always tell my students and the people that I come across that if you want to be, you don't want to be rich, everybody would like to be rich, but to live a comfortable life, you should pay others. If you are being paid, it's difficult for you to say, the work is good. It means that there's something that you are doing behind the scene. So I think I want our students to have this at the back of our minds. We can only do that when we are able to have good mentors, and then we are able to connect, which means the network that we are going to form among yourselves as students, among lecturers, your mentors, and then when we have programs like this, the Farmer-led, they are here. I believe by the time we are done with the program, we should be able to have a good rapport with them, that you can send a message, send a WhatsApp, wherever they are, they should be able to help you. And one thing, when they came to my office yesterday, what they are going to help you with the entrepreneurship that we are going to talk about, the terrain that they've been, whether Nigeria, Liberia, or whatever, is almost the same as here. Which means where others are going to struggle to get or overcome some of the challenges, you are lucky. They are going to tell you that A, B, C, D, that's what you can do. And there are more opportunities. Sometimes it's better for you to start as a team, and then you can then grow. For us in KUST, we don't expect our students, when they graduate, to join the Unemployed Graduate Association. No. Because what we are going to, or how we are training you and then empowering you, we don't want you to sit out there. And the entrepreneurship it may not necessarily be everything be vet. Diversification is very key. Some of you may even, at the end of the day, go into vet or vetpreneurship and then enter even pharmacy, because your profession combines the practice and then the business aspect. That is the pharmacy bit of it, all aspects. So there are various opportunities out there. But as I said, you need to have the network that can propel you. It's difficult at this stage for you to maneuver, but if you are able to have that network, they will be able to help you to get to the top. And I believe at the end of the program, they are going to train us on how we can go about it. Because in your just to become an entrepreneur, you have to deal with regulators, you have to deal with the financial institutions, you have to deal with almost all the stakeholders, farmers or whatever. You need to know how they behave, their expectations, so that you can just work with them. I believe that is the thinking that we are having. So although this week is more of a revision week, plus the Easter, I'm happy that you decided to take a better decision by coming here. Because after school, what next? You need either to become an entrepreneur or you need job. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Good. So it's good that you are here. And I'm hoping that there are more things that they are going to tell you. I don't want to tell you because they have to do it on their own. Chief Executive and then House of Pluto, they are going to give you more information where, in addition to the 50 that they are going to start, there will be other opportunities that some of you can take advantage of. Please don't hesitate to ask questions, because the more you get answers, that will help you to navigate the various challenges that you face. It's always good, we say our students should become entrepreneurs, but the commencement of it is very, very challenging. If you don't take it, you give up and you prefer to be an employee. At the end of the month, you are paid something. And as I said, if you want to live a comfortable life, you should be paying others. So with this, I'm hoping that, and we've had a discussion, this is not just going to be a one-day event. We are hoping that we are going to have a formal collaboration in the form of MOU, so that it will guide our relationship. And the MOU will not only go for the faculty, but also the main beneficiaries, that is the students, and even alumni. Now the mantra is that you are after school, you still have a relationship with us, because if you are able to have that rapport, it will then transcend to the incoming generations or students who will come. Because if you are able to have a good experience on campus, wherever you find yourself, you are willing to come back and help those who are in school. Am I right?
Yeah.
So with this, my last words for you is that after this program, some of you may finish, others will end up as entrepreneurs, others will also be coming up. But don't forget about your school. Always come back and then do something for the school or the students as you expected when you were in school. And I believe with this, the school can live up to expectation and become the best in West Africa and Africa. With this, I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Prof. Jare.
Yes.
If you want to live a comfortable life, okay, I hope you took that. So it's time to listen to our first speaker, and he is a prominent Ghanaian entrepreneur, agricultural expert, and the founder and CEO of Boris Bees Farm, and Veterinary Supplies Ghana Limited. He's based in Ghana, and his company is a major distributor of poultry equipment and animal feed in West Africa, with branches in Togo and Cote d'Ivoire supporting the local poultry sector. He'll be sharing insight on starting and growing a veterinary business. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, let's welcome Dr. Boris Bailey.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so you can share it. Will I have a microphone as well? A microphone? I'll speak through this. Okay. You can show anything. There are lots, so shouldn't bit and pieces. All right. We can just show when the president visited us. Yes, let's start with.
You have 20 minutes.
Okay. You can cut it and do the next one. Just do this one. And do the next one. Do this, this, and that. Yeah, the chicken. And after one, you do the last one. The last one, the broilers. Which one? And the last one. Real. It's okay. All right, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I could see that you were just licking your mouth when the chicken was rolling, huh? Very much. Let me start on the existing protocols. Provost, I'm very happy to see you again. And all my professors, especially Mr. Emeka. This man has never let me rest. God of Abraham. Today I'll say it all. I'll say it all. Students, clap for your prof. And the provost as well, because he's leaving this place in 4 months. And I think he's taking good care of you guys, right? Are you happy with the dean? Yes. Because I could see that when he was coming to the platform, you guys were all clapping. It's the same way when I enter my farm, my chicken will always be clapping. Because they know I'm going to feed them. I try to be a pastor as well, so sometimes when I'm just giving addresses, I will say hallelujah. And what would you say? Or you want me to say vaccines? Anyway, so I just showed you some few videos, but the problem is, you see, when you are ready for a program like this, and unfortunately, you leave your pen drive in a bag, and you couldn't bring it along with you. That was the reason why I was showing you bits and pieces of, my work. My name is Dr. Boris Baidu. I'm the National Vice President of the Poultry Farmers Association of Ghana. And I'm the CEO and the Chief Messenger of Boris B. I can see those 50 entrepreneurs will want to be like me. No, you pass me. Say to yourself, I take the overtaking anointing. Say to yourself, I receive it. I've told my daughter, Trina Ohima Baidu, is my daughter in the house? Where is she? The most troublesome in my family. Say, you all know, huh? You know it, right? When I said on the radio, on the TV. I'm here today. I want to thank the dean a lot for at least contacting me, coming to me, and encouraging me in the work that I'm doing. And then, of course, when he invited me to his program, I couldn't do anything than to give a token that very day. Today, as I stand here, is Easter, huh? I gave you 5,000 that day. Today, I'm giving you 10,000. Because it's going to be an Easter, I want you to use that money. Bring it back to me. Go and buy my chicken. Come and give to them for Easter. Are you listening to me? I'm a businessman. I never give anything for free. I give it and I take it back. You got it? Do you know why? If you eat my chicken today, my chicken is organic and it's halal. I don't produce with antibiotics. If you're a veterinary officer here thinking that you're going to sell antibiotics to me, you are not going to sell to me. You'll sell something else. I don't deal with vitamins. I don't deal with steroids. I don't deal with growth promoters. I do organic and halal. Because of the Muslims, the Islamic doctrine, I need to produce something that all of us, the Christians, the Muslims, the Kokubunsams, everybody can also consume. In fact, I'm so happy today. You see, I've rolled my sleeves on this picture. Yes. Charlie, I was a fine boy. Well, looking back in the old days, and I look at myself and today, Trina always tells me I'm an old man. When I look at my son, Travis Ohinebedu, is Travis in the house? Travis is not here. Yes, the provost was right when he said that they are very happy the way I come always to the school to do, programs with you guys. I love KNUST. Do you know why? Let me tell you my secret. It is simply because I have never been in a university before. I've never been into the university before. I went to Cambridge International. I went to Prepper College. And right after that, my mother said, I did a TOEFL, the test of English as a foreign language. I passed. I had a lot of distinctions in everything that I was doing in school. Even when I was in school, I was the 3-time dancing champion of Prepper College. I'm a dancer, I can dance. Yeah? I really can dance. I'm not joking, I can dance. You want to compete with me? Yes. But when I went to Germany, I said to myself, nothing is going to bring me down. Because I am myself. Do you know why? Because in the Bible, when Moses stood before God, the Lord said, I am who I am. And for that matter, I said to myself, if the Lord has breathed in me, then Boris, I'm who I am. I'll make myself who I want to be. I am saying all this just to motivate you that wherever you find yourself here in this room, School of Veterinary Service, right? Come again, please. Okay, veterinary medicine. This place will not determine your future. Say to yourself, here will not determine my future. There are many people who are not in this room, but have made it in life. But I want to encourage you that you have had a better, solid foundation that you can build upon. And that is what I want to encourage you. Because some of us, if I had a chance like my daughter is having right now, spending all my money, every month I have to push her money, taking everything of mine. He goes into my wardrobe, takes all my t-shirts, my nice ones. He wants to wear it on campus, do everything. My son, same. They enjoy. I didn't have that chance. Today, they've learned something, and they're going to build upon it. I'm building a business that tomorrow they can continue. I went to Virginia to see KFC. I was encouraged. I went to Virginia again, and I saw Purdue. And I was like, wow. So then I said to myself, Boris B. Okay, so let me make it Boris B. Chicken. BBC. KFC. Okay, it rhymes. Let me see what I can do for myself. You see, say to yourself, what can you do for yourself? What are you going to do tomorrow? What do you want to be in future? You are so lucky. Your parents got you here. Today, whether you like it or not, whatever it is, I've never stayed in any hostel before. When we went to Paris, 168 countries, selecting who had to pick the gold, I picked the gold as the best entrepreneur. And I brought it to Ghana. And that was how come I had my doctorate award. Calling myself. I know sometimes when you call yourself, whether you are an animal doctor or human doctor, you are a doctor. Is that right? Is that right? Trina has told me I should start calling her doctor in the house. I said, but you've not had a certificate yet. But she says, no, I'm a doctor. I said, okay. I want to encourage somebody here. Today, President Mahama, His Excellency, I think when the first video was playing, everybody was thinking that I was going to do politics here. No, I'm not going to do politics here. It is all showing you that the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, visited me and was very happy with the kind of work I've done so far. Boris B as a company, we have our own hatchery. We have our own farm producing with outgrowers. We have our own raw material company. We have our feed company. We have our processing plant. And today we're supplying all 7 branches of ShopRite in Ghana. It is very simple because I said to myself, this is how I want to be. What do you want to be? How do you want to see yourself in future? But let me tell you, I didn't start on a big note, on a very small note. I started very little. When I came to Ghana, I started with only 50 bags of fish meal. And I had the chance of getting somebody, my mother, who has been a maize distributor ever since I was born. He said, Kwaku, I want you to do this business because it's been prophesied over me that this is the kind of work you're going to do. And I said, yes, Mama. When I was in Germany, I was playing instruments. I was singing in church. And it was prophesied over me that I have to go to Ghana. The Lord wants me to lead the poultry industry. I'm like, what? I'm in Germany, I'm having all the fun. You know how it is. I mean, when you're a young boy, in Europe and you're riding, and of course, beautiful girls and all of that. Don't tell your mom, huh? So, I mean, it's what all lines. But that was not my assignment. My assignment was to come to Ghana and lead the poultry. So I came and I started very little. But I said to myself, I have a vision. And my vision is going to give birth to hope. And my hope is going to let me stay focused until I hit my target. Today, all presidents of this country are my friends. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I text them, they reply. I don't have that master's. I don't have that degree, but I have a degree in entrepreneurship. I have a degree in cash. And as you guys will say, it's all about the benches, huh? Am I right? You have to work for it. Please put it in your mind. Do everything possible. So for that matter, when somebody comes to me and he wants to ask me of help, I want to do wholeheartedly. Just want to support anybody. Now, lots of people who come to me, they want to start egg business. I just give them for free. Just go and sell. Bring me the money. Just try and do something. Build upon it. Some people want to sell chicken. I try as much as possible to also give them the chance. Because, you see, just as the Lord has given to me, the same way should I also give that further. Students here in this room, yes, you may one day be leaving this place. You may want to have some sort of help. My doors are open. My office is anywhere anybody can come to. Don't see yourself very little. See yourself working to bypass Boris B, to be more than him. There are a lot of people wishing to be entrepreneurs. We are not taking 50, Dean. We are taking all of them. Everybody is going to be an entrepreneur. I want to leave this platform to tell you that. Say to one person or say to somebody else that Boris Beef Chicken is the way to go. Local chicken is the way to go. As the president said at the launch of the Feed Ghana, he said, at the mention of Nkete, I've seen my friend Boris B and his poultry farmers clapping when I said Nkete. We all must be ashamed of ourselves to encourage importation of chicken whilst we are not having jobs in this country. I am doing everything possible with my 204 workers in my company. We are registered in Ghana, in Cote d'Ivoire, in Togo, in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and the United States of America. Farm alert. We are going to start Nigeria by next year. Registration, everything is done. And we hope to be with you guys. I pray that whatever we're going to come to do over there will be successful. And I know that I will need your help. Students, encourage yourself and pray that one day you'll be more than Boris B. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'll bring the chicken.
Yes, after it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good.
Well done.
Thank you. See you in Liberia.
Wow. Let's give her a sounding round of applause. Dr. Boris B. Now the powerful message. I believe you are motivated to start our own businesses and grow along.
Well done, sir.
So it's time to hear the real journey from Farmers community. And our next speaker will share her personal experiences, her lessons and growth through the program. She's the Chief Partnership and Growth Manager at Farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Dennis Hayaki.
This really feels like a setup because how do you want me to top up what Doctor has done? It's really not fair at all, but I will do my best. So we all know that there's this social banter, right? I'm a Gen Z actually, so we know that there's a social banter between Nigerians and Ghanaians. Yeah, I know. It's about different topics here, but it's mostly about who has the best jollof rice. I ate your jollof rice yesterday. I'm not going to answer that till I get to Nigeria, so you don't detain me here. But recently, someone came on social media and he was asking Ghanaians and Nigerians. He said there are countries between us. So there are countries closer to Nigeria than Ghana is. We had to fly to Ghana and then meet you here. So he was wondering why we choose Ghana to banter with. And if you go down to the comment section, Nigerians and Ghanaians really came at him like we planned it. They were basically saying that it was really not his business. And siblings can banter from everywhere. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the video. So it's really special that our first international campus tour is happening right here in Ghana. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I want to say thank you to the management of the school, to the provost, sir. Thank you so much for having us here, and to the other professors. You have a very beautiful university. I am a very proud Abu Said, and it's taking a lot for me to say you really do have a beautiful university. Well done, sir. And to our dearest dean, you are indeed a special person. Thank you so much. Thank you for accommodating us. And to the management of Farmalat and to our dearest CEO. Sometimes I really look at you the first time I met you, and I was wondering why you choose to invest in young people like us. But recently, I have realized that if you don't, then we will not be where we are today. At every single point that I will tell my stories, your name will come up over and over and over again. And I say that because I am sure I say that for every single person that I've met you. Thank you so much, sir. You're really a very special and unique gem. Thank you. And to Dr. Prosper, thank you for always showing up for us. You're an amazing person. It's a pleasure. Dr. Boris, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. And to my friend and boss, Dr. Nancy, thank you. Thank you for always pulling me to a higher place. She normally jokes that during my wedding, she will give me out to my husband. And I think she will do it. If you know Dr. Nancy, you know she will really do it. And I'll give her the honor of doing that. And to my friend, Uncle Jerry, thank you for your friendship and your selfless love. Well, my name is Dr. Janet Mayaki. I am the Chief Partnership and Growth Manager from Alat, Northern Region. That sounds huge, right? What it simply means is I am part of this team that have decided to be change makers. We are young, we are a team of young veterinarians that have decided that we will make change. Whether the system is favorable or not, we will make change. So I want to say thank you also to the students for showing up. Trust me, in the next 5 years, you'll be happy you attended this program, because not only are we here to ensure that you know that there's work to do and problems to solve, we want to ensure and we want to tell you that there are people that are ready to back you up. Every single person in this room is here because we want you to succeed. So thank you for showing up. Well, I joined Farmalad immediately after my final exams. My friends all left for home to rest after the final exams. In fact, there's this popular saying when I was in school that if I graduate, I won't even read a book. I won't read the signboard if I'm passing because of how tough the training was. But I went for my interview with the CEO immediately after my final exams. And when I met him, of course, for people that know him, he was not looking like the CEO. It surprised me that he even told me that, okay, we don't do clinics here. I was like, okay, you don't do clinics, what do you want me to do? I've never sold before, I've never run a business before, and I learned everything at the job. Dr. Nancy was my first boss, so she could tell you I started from the scratch. Uncle Jerry was the one that took my first video. He knew how it was. And so I'm here today because I had the courage to learn and to start. If you ask me what I've learned in Farmalad, I've learned a lot. I've learned sales, I've learned marketing, I've learned leadership. But recently I learned something, the courage to not settle for average. I want you to stay with me for a minute. I know we all want to be rich, we want to be successful, but you have to have the courage to do better than whoever is in the industry you're trying to go to. Age, I've found out that is really not much of a criteria. Your gender too might not really matter when you want to make impact. And if you want to succeed, just like Dr. have said, you have to pay somebody. That means you have to start thinking about impact. At the core of Farmalad is impact. Our mission is transforming animal health into shared community strength and shared prosperity. That means if you're trying to venture into the animal health sector, there is a team of people that are trying to take over Africa right now that will not only support you, but we want to ensure that at every single point, you have a share in the prosperity of the animal health sector. And it is a huge sector and one of the most underserved sector in the whole world. And you might be wondering, oh yeah, but we are students, we are young. Yes, if you don't start now, you know the way we used to ask the millennials what they did for us. The Gen Y will come and ask you again what you did for them. So you have to start now. We all have to start now. Africa has one of the youngest population in the world. That means 40% of the population in Africa are young people. That's the same with Ghana. So if you're thinking about making impact, please think animal health sector, think youth, think impact. About 1.9 million Ghanaians are not in school, they're not employed, and they don't have any formal training. So imagine that you come up with a solution that impacts about 1.9 million people. If everybody will know you, you will have influence. So today we are here and you'll be hearing from amazing people, how to design your future, how to decide. Normally, our CEO will normally say, to decide means to kill other options. As Nigerians, we say, we die there. If you have made up your mind, you're not going anywhere. I've decided that in the next 5 years, when you're talking about agribusiness, you should be calling my name 1, 2, 3. Why are you calling other people's name instead when I'm here? So you have to decide, and once you decide, you kill all other options. It doesn't matter whether the system is working, it doesn't matter. We are here to disrupt and we are here to dominate. And if you do that, honestly, we will meet at the top because the sky will be your starting point. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mayaki. She wants to start the love for 5 years. Thank you so much. So, I believe from here, we have our peers speak to them and start something for ourselves. So it's time to listen to our next speaker. And she'll be talking on the topic Beyond Care, Defining Excellence in Veterinary Medicine. She's going to help us to define what excellence means in veterinary medicine. Please, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let's welcome the Managing Director and Veterinary Surgeon at House of Beauty, Dr. Shikarambo. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome. Thank you, everyone. I have to say that I'm feeling so grateful and thankful to Kumasi, Prof. Ben, Farmer for making this happen. Before I start, I would like to know, I'm going to give everyone 2 options. What do you want me to speak about? So you just scream and say whether you choose A or B. A is to tell my stories, or B, give lecture on veterinary medicine of excellence. So louder, louder. Yes. So I am making a choice now to choose A, because I heard A very loud. A very good morning to our Provost, Prof. Christian, Prof. Benjamin, all lecturers, head of departments, Dr. Boris, the whole Farm Alert crew, our CEO, Dr. Femi, and the most important people, our students. You guys are the reason we are here today. Is the mic working? I prefer using this mic so that I can walk around, because when I'm here, I feel like I'm a bit hidden. So I would like to be seen. Now, in 1971, in Malaysia, in December, Prof. Benjamin was in Malaysia and we share the same supervisor. It was such a, ironically, came to know yesterday that my supervisor was Prof. Benjamin's supervisor, and I come from the university where he went in Malaysia as well. In 1971, December, heavy downpour, a girl was born as a second child to this couple. And this couple was living with the woman's parents. And these parents originated from India many years ago, in 1930s. When this child was born, the grandfather of the child asked, "Oh, what baby?" And they say, "It's a baby girl." And he said, "Flush her down the drain." And that girl is me. standing here after 55 years. So you can see, I'm very passionate about, well, I didn't say any joke. I see a lot of people laughing. Can I know what is the joke? Share with me so I can laugh as well. I don't know. Thank you. By the way, I am 55. Being a woman, I've never been shy of my age. I have 3 children. My son is 25 and he's a and he is a chef. He is a pastry chef and I'm very proud of him. And my second girl, I'll be traveling next week to attend her convocation. She's graduating as a clinical psychologist, which is something that she was very passionate about. And I have a youngest who's 19 and she's finishing her IB soon. We came to Nigeria in 2013 for an oil and gas assignment. It was a 4-year assignment, but it became 8 years. And in that 8 years, I have decided this is where I want to be. I stayed put in Nigeria. I told my husband, you can go. My children and I, we stayed. My children were going to the school in Nigeria, to the American school, and they were very happy. They all graduated from there. My youngest will be graduating soon in 2 months. And something changed my perception. And like Dr. Boris was saying, assignment, you know, and I found my call, my purpose in Nigeria. If I am going to stay in Nigeria, I have to do something. And that something is what we are here for as well. Making the changes, causing the impact. We veterinarians, especially in this African continent, we are so talented. We have brilliant professors. We are so smart. Something is stopping us from making it bigger or growing bigger. And I think it's all within ourselves. And I decided to be here speaking to you all to change that within you all. When you are exiting this hall at the end of the day, you must have these things, that the 3 messages that I'm going to pass to you today. That is a goldfish. My dad had goldfishes in an aquarium. And I was about 7, 8 years old, or 9 years old. I was 9. And I already had 2 other sisters, my older sister, my younger sister, and another younger sister. So we were 4 of them. My dad and mom used to do groceries and they have to drive like for about, they will take about 2 hours to go do grocery and come back. My father had an aquarium with these goldfishes, like about 10 to 15. My love and my curiosity for animals and pets, you know what I used to do? I used to convince my sisters, look at this fish. She has a big tummy. She has babies inside. And I'll tell them, guess what? If I do a surgery, if I cut open, we can take out all babies. And there'll be so many babies in that aquarium. So I will take it out and I will really do a surgery. Take a small scalpel blade and cut it open. And to my disappointment, there was only guts inside the stomach. There were no babies. I didn't even understand that they lay eggs. They don't give birth. But my curiosity, and basically I became a serial killer. Every time, my dad's like, why are there less fish in the aquarium? And my sisters will go like, shall we tell? Shall we tell? It's like, no, no, no. So every time I do something naughty, they will threaten me. It's like, I'm going to tell Dad what you did. But they never told, but my father found out still. Because he knew how curious I was and how enthusiastic I was into surgery and medicine and pets. And today, I would say, I am happy to be a very good, I wouldn't say the best, I would say a very good soft tissue surgeon. We do a lot of surgeries in House of Pluto, and I being the main surgeon, and we have 2-3 other surgeons that's coming up. And I'll be very happy to see in 10 years down the line, I can say that I produce these surgeons. Let's have the next slide. Sorry. HOP is House of Pluto. It's okay, just bear with us. It happens sometimes. So you just saw House of Pluto. Towards the end, what you saw was our pet hotel, which was in a separate building next to us, adjacent to our main hospital. We have executive suite for dogs. We have penthouse as well as junior suite. So the intention behind this whole House of Pluto, there's so much of love, so much of animal welfare, so much of kindness and compassion, and we have so much of energy to heal them. So that is our main motto behind House of Pluto. And our slogan is, your pet, our passion. So we take care of your pet with so much of passion. We also believe in continuing education. With that, we have also spoken to Prof. Christian and Prof. Ben that we will offer internship to the Kumasi students. So I have to be very frank. We usually take 4 students from every university, and right now we are collaborating with 7 universities in Nigeria, and we only offer 4, and that 4 will apply, and I'll interview them. I would speak to them. I will really identify if this person deserves to be at House of Pluto, because whoever gets to do internship at House of Pluto, they will get free accommodation throughout the internship, and you will also be paid allowance. Allowance for learning. So this is one way, just like how Farm Alert is doing to impact, Dr. Femi is going to teach you about business. I'll teach you about surgery and healing. I am really not a very good business person like Dr. Boris or Dr. Femi, but I'm beginning to be one. And I see that when we go to veterinary school, we are not taught how to be a business person or how to do business. We are taught to give injection, heal, surgery, but I think it's a syllabus that we have to tweak a little bit and add on about entrepreneurship or business skills in our veterinary medicine. Let's go to next slide. That's a video. Let's see. So please plant the seed of faith. And another thing that I would always relate to this video is when students ask me, Doctor, what do you think the future of veterinarians in Nigeria or wherever? I say, you are the future. So we are planting the seed, you all, to come up as veterinarians, and you have to do the job as well. Like we said, we cannot make you successful. The success is in your hand, and you have to make the choice, like Prof. Ben said. You have to make the choice where you want to be. So make the right choice. I know some of you might not have chosen to become a veterinarian or choose the program. Is there anyone here who did not choose the program veterinarian? You see, there will be one or two, but that's okay. And whenever I see a first year student say, did you want to become a veterinarian? She said, no, I want to become a medical. What are you doing here? So why don't you just go and apply for medical? No, I have no choice. No, you have a choice. Having said that, let me share a small story of myself. When I finished school, I was in O level. I did not go to A level. Though I started A level, I just find it so tough. I said, I don't want to go through this. But during that time, we were offered university in Malaysia where you can do diploma program. If you're O level, you can go into diploma. Diploma is 3 years, you complete 1 year. If you do very well, you'll be offered degree program. So I was banging on that. So I said, okay, I'll apply to university. Of course, I applied for veterinary and animal husbandry, but what I was offered was agriculture. And my dad said, I think you should go. And I think I should go too, because I don't want to do A level. This is very tough. So I went to the university with the hope that I will do very well in the first year. I will score a very good point and I'll be offered the veterinary medicine, which the only university in the entire Malaysia offering veterinary medicine. And I went into that university. Now, in the first year, I did not do well. I played. You know, you get this ego in your head, yay, I'm a university student. And then you just, you forget things sometimes. And I was so sad, I even in the verge of suicidal. Of course, I'm just over-exaggerating a little bit. I was crying so much, I stopped eating and I was just crying, and my dad and mom, it's okay, it's not a big deal. Just complete your diploma, probably you get a better point, then you can go. But that's going to take very long, 3 years and then 5 years, that's going to be 8 years. But that's exactly what I did. So I continued my second year and third year, and now I'm so determined. I said I must be in the Dean's List, which is the higher CGPA, for the next 4 semesters to make it into DVM. And yes, I did so well. Now comes the choice to apply for the degree program. And you're given only 3 choices because you're a diploma student. And you can apply into any other universities. Now I applied for UPM, DVM. Second choice, UPM, DVM. And my third choice, UPM, DVM. And my dad said, are you crazy? What if you don't get? It's okay, I'll go to factory, find a job, or maybe I'll become a nurse, maybe something. But I think I'll get it. But then deep inside, what if I don't get it? And I was already in that university, and I know veterinary faculty very well. And I know some of the seniors who are veterinary students who I follow. So I decided I will go and see the dean of the veterinary faculty. Mind you, I am 20 years old. So I will go to the dean's office and I'll tell the secretary, can I see the dean? And she will say, who are you? What do you want? I applied for DVM. I just would like to see the dean. And she says, okay, sit. He's very packed. He has a lot of meetings. She'll make me sit and she'll do her things. And after 2-3 hours, can I still see him? And she'll say, he's too busy today, not today. I did this about 5-6 times before I managed to see the dean. Every time I would go and sit, whether he's in or he's not in, I would still go to the office to sit down just to meet the dean. The last time, which was the 6th time, the dean was walking out of the office and he saw me. He's like, who's this girl? And she said, she's been coming here like all the time, she wanted to see you. And he said, Prof, I'm so sorry. Do you have like 5 minutes? It's like, why do you want to see me? Can I see you? Okay, come. So he took me to the office. I said, yeah. And I sat down. Prof Tengku Azmi, our Prof Ben might know. And he sat down. He said, why have you been coming here to see me? I told him, I love veterinary medicine. I love animals. All I want to be is to be a veterinarian. And if you chose me to study in your school to become a veterinarian, I'll never disappoint you. Please, sir, help me. But anyway, I think during the Senate meeting, he did choose me, and I got into veterinary medicine, and here I am today. So here I would say the strong desire that you have, the persistence that never give up, keep trying no matter what. If given a chance, I would have climbed up the ladder to adjust the projector just now, because that's who I am. It's like there's no such thing as impossible. Everything is possible. It's just up to you whether you want to make it happen or not. Now, my 3 messages to you is find your purpose. Even those who don't want to become a veterinarian, that's okay. But there must be something in you that you want to be or you want to do. So find that purpose that you are here for. When you have a good clarity, you will definitely find your purpose. Stay focused, have some clarity. I always say, where your focus goes, energy goes, and result shows. Remember this. Where focus goes, energy flows, and results shows. So it can never be wrong. So I would really tell you today, find your purpose. If you want to be a surgeon, you think you have a lot of interest in surgery, be a surgeon. If you think you want to do animal welfare, if you think you want to be in the wildlife, veterinary profession is so big. Or if you want to be an entrepreneur or go into the sales, provide people. So the most important is you're solving a problem for others. This is where the secret is. My message number 2 is always do what you're passionate about. Do what you love and love what you do. Not even a day that I felt like, oh, do I have to go to work? Never in my life. Some people come to me and say that you have not traveled for some time, yeah? You have to leave Nigeria, go for a break. I said, I don't need a break. I'm fine. So they get so stressed up and they think that they need to leave because they are in a place, probably they are not very happy. It's so stressful for them. But you can change that stress into something pleasing if you want to. That's again your choice. So I would only do what I love, and if I'm doing something, I would really love it. Otherwise, I will not do it. So I would preach the same thing to you all today. Next slide. My next message, always do the right thing. Right things are very difficult to do. It can be very difficult, but that's the only way out. If you want to become rich, you can easily go and rob a bank. You'll become rich, you'll have a lot of money. Or you can kidnap somebody's child and ask for ransom. That's very easy money. You don't have to work for years. But is that the right thing? Is that going to sustain you? Will that stay? Is that aligned with the whole universe? So I would really tell you today, even if it's difficult, do the right thing. You may have to study overnight to pass your exam tomorrow, but there's no other way out. Don't think about cheating, because I know you all not the kind. So please, it will be difficult. At that point of time, you may find it really, really difficult, but do the right thing. And my final and the most important message is serve others. Always learn to give. We just heard Prof. Christian saying, when you go out there, come back, give it to the university. You don't have to, when I say learn to serve, you don't have to offer somebody, what is the currency in Ghana again? Cedi. You don't have to give 10 cedi or 20 cedi to someone to make the person happy. You can just offer a smile. You can say that you look beautiful. You can cross a woman to, an old lady to cross the road. So this is all form of serving. Even offering somebody water, like if I'm thirsty, probably you want to bring and give me water, that is serving, right? So serving comes in many forms, as simple as just passing a smile and a compliment. So with these three messages, I would like to leave this floor for you all to ponder. Thank you so much. Can we have the last slide? The last slide, sorry. The next slide. Okay, also, I would like to say that if you all could follow me in Instagram, and you will see a lot of contents, what we do, House of Pluto and Farm Alert. So I have put the barcode that you can scan if you want to, or you can always find House of Pluto and Farm Alert and me. And the next slide is my team. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Dr. Ragno.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I really all wish to be like Dr. Ragno.
Yes, we all.
I will say you.
Thank you.
Okay. So we have some good news for all of you. Dr. Boris has given us the 10,000 Ghana cedis. So we rest assured that this exam will be very enjoyable. Okay. So it's time to listen to our next speaker. From an intern to a country managing director, she is a definition of growth, vision, and a true definition of when an opportunity meets preparation. It's time to listen to Dr. Nancy Enigotu, who is the managing director for Farm Alert in Nigeria. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be proud as she comes on stage.
Okay. A bit scared. But again, let's just say I came with the energy that Nigerians have more energy, but I got to Ghana and I realized Ghanaians, your energy is top notch. So to the management of KNUST, thank you for having us. I mean, from yesterday till now. In fact, I thought Accra was more beautiful, but again, getting to Kumasi, I think we should all move everybody in Accra back to Kumasi. Greetings to the management, starting with the provost. Thank you for gracing us with your very wonderful presence here today. Yesterday, we were with you in the office, and it was truly amazing to actually have to listen to you. So I must say that you have a top-notch leadership in KNUST. And of course, to all the professors seated, I would always say in all my meetings that once I don't recognize the lecturers, I used to think they would take back my license. You know, because I had an experience in school. You know, I was just very close to not getting a license as a vet doctor. But again, I'm here today and I'm standing as a veterinarian. And to your very amazing dean, your dean is wonderful. You know, after meeting him yesterday, we were heading out and I was not in the same car with him. And the person who drove us, I think we were just having a side conversation and I said, actionable, and he exclaimed, yes, our dean is an action man. Like, it's so obvious. So I think I would actually concur. You know, earlier they said you should clap for him. I think people should actually give him a round of applause at every given instance.
it's his action that brought us here today. We are not supposed to be here. They have not even gone to my own school, and we are in Ghana. It's his action that brought us here. So, I'm here to talk. So, without this mic, can I still be audible? Because I might want to move a bit. All right, beautiful. No, you can put that off just in case. All right. I like pathology. So I'm standing here today to preach pathology. Who likes pathology in this building? If you know you like pathology, raise your hand up. Okay. I see what you all did there. I see it, and I understand it very well. All right, so my name is Dr. Nancy Eniotu, and I graduated from Michael Okpara University of Agriculture in Nigeria, right? Why I said I like pathology, it's because there is no successful person who is normal. Did you listen to the CEO of Boris? He didn't go to university. Like, he did not go to a university. But he has what? A degree in cash. There is no successful person who is normal. When you are talking pathology, what are we talking about? Abnormalities. You look at the slides, very beautiful, like you'll be looking at things that are said to be abnormal. But when you are looking at slides, they are very beautiful. So you see that there is beauty in abnormality. So I am one of those abnormal people that graduated from Michael Okpara University. Meanwhile, by my 500 level getting to 600 level, I was facing a Senate panel and I was going to be expelled from school. Why? Because I was vice president of the student association, really. I was also the assistant class rep, but I was serving as a class rep because, of course, I overshadowed the class rep, sorry. So you see that there is nothing normal about me. So by the time I was leading the class, meanwhile, I think I led the most stubborn set vet college MUA has ever produced. Maybe there will be further stubborn classes, but my own set, we were the most stubborn. But I led them as a lady, and we got to the point where we had an issue in our 500 level, and I was facing a Senate panel, and I was going to be expelled from school. You know, but I still stepped into one of the Senate panels where we had the chief panel, and then, you know, before we entered, we had already been told that, this person coming, he's like the most stubborn, should I use the word wicked, professor in the school. And he was not a veterinarian, so that we should just be ready that he can really do anything, and he will not blink to expel us. So when I walked in, he looked at me and he asked, "So Nancy, what do you have to say to the panel?" By then, he had already said some things, and I knew the things he said were not true. So he looked at me as the vice president, and he said, "Nancy, what do you have to say to this panel?" And I looked at him and I said, "Prof, I am not a liar." Like the entire panel, everybody went quiet. Because how are you looking at a professor who even lecturers look at and they are scared of him? And he's telling you something. And the only thing you have to tell him is, "Prof, I'm not a liar." And he looked at me and said, "You are very stupid." I said, "Prof, I said I'm not a liar." I repeated it really. By the end of the panel, they asked what I wanted. And I said, "Give me back the student association. You can keep my certificates." I chose the student association because I was not going to be comfortable that a school I walked into and it had a student body for the vets, and then I am leaving as vice president, and then those students will not have a body to speak for them. So I was willing to drop my certificate and go, but let them give them their association back. So that was where my, okay, so I have my own fighting spirit so in my family, just the same way he said his daughter is the most stubborn, I think I am the most stubborn in my home too. Like if you speak to my dad, he will tell you I am the one who doesn't speak. Like I can stay a whole day and I don't say a word. But when I say one word, everybody would have to look up to know what's going on, because you know now, people who are quiet can be somehow. So I have different sides. So, but again, I moved up, and by the end of the day, I was in 600 level. And then just few days to when we were going to end, to my induction, I think I got a call from somebody in Farmalat, our former community engagement manager. And she said, oh, Farmalat is introducing this award for leadership. And I said, oh, okay. So as class rep, we would want you to help us organize this, and that. I said, okay, no problem. And I did all of that. So the next morning, I got a message that, oh, I was part of the nominees, and my interview was scheduled for so and so time. And I said, okay, that's fine. I would join this interview. So I prepared and I went for the interview. Joining the interview, the community engagement manager then, immediately I entered, was like, I've been waiting to see this Nancy that almost everybody voted for. I was like, okay. I didn't know lecturers also voted, but as of then, I thought I was the most hated student, you know, because I was stubborn. But my lecturers, most of them actually still put my name as the person who was supposed to win the award, or who is to win the award. So I got interviewed, and by the end of the interview, on my induction, I was announced as the outlier awardee, and of course the first outlier awardee from my school and generally in Nigeria. That was when the award was instituted. So that was how my journey began. That was how my journey began with Farmalat as an intern, because of course the award came with cash gifts and internship for 1 month with Farmalat. So when I was asked to choose, so where would you want to be? Lagos or Abuja? I chose Lagos, of course. So I went for my internship for 1 month. And by the end of, before the interview ended, they sent me to a place and I was supposed to intern with them for a few weeks. But before the 2 weeks elapsed, the CEO of the brand called Dr. Femi Kayode, that is our CEO, and told him that they want to retain me in their place. So when he called me and said, oh, these people said they want to retain you, I told him, no, sir, I have not finished my internship. When I am done with the internship, I will decide what I wanted. So I came out and I went to Farmalat and spent the remaining time for my internship. So by the end of my internship, I had a meeting with the CEO and he laid down my options. He said, so Farmalat is willing to keep you. These other people said they are willing to keep you. This other brand is also willing to keep you. So what is your choice? And I said, Farmalat. He didn't believe it. So he asked again, and I said, sir, Farmalat. So I also did not know that after saying the Farmalat and that meeting ended, that he still did not believe I chose Farmalat. Because the other organization was actually a very big organization. And of course, their structure was beautiful. Everything, like it was beautiful. So by the end of that, the next day, the community engagement manager reached out to me and was like, oh, so that Dr. Femi had a conversation with her and they want to be sure that I am not feeling like, oh, because they are the ones that brought me to Lagos, I have to work with them. And I said, no, don't worry. I know what my decision is. This is my decision, and my decision is Farmalat. So I started work the next month as a full associate of Farmalat. And before the 1 month, that is my first 1 month finished, Dr. Femi Kayode called for a meeting. And in the meeting, he sacked me. Like, after rejecting every other offer, in the meeting, within 5 minutes, he sacked me and asked me to go. That instead, let him help me get a job with another company. And I said, okay, sir. Like, in that meeting, I sincerely said, okay. And I left. And then by midnight that day, I sent him nothing less than 2 pages of a WhatsApp message explaining to him why I don't understand why he's sacking me. So by the time he saw my message by midnight, he responded. And I read his response. And I said, okay. So I thought about it and I realized that, okay, yeah, I think he was right. And it was simple, really. My numbers were not adding up. So I had a task. The result was not adding up. And at that time, or in fact, so it's not even at that time, I think everybody who works with Farmalart understands numbers, really. Because once the numbers are not adding up, it's hard to sack, but it's also not hard to understand when numbers are not adding up. My numbers were not adding up. So I said, okay, no problem. But then the only thing was that I looked at the CEO of a brand, a man who owns a business, and I told him, sir, you cannot sack me. Like, I refused to be sacked. He gave me other options, and I told him I am not going. Like, I will go. This place, you know, Dr. Janet says something, we die here. I told him we die here. Like, we die here, I'm not going. So I finished. The next morning, he didn't know what to do, so he called me and said, okay, so there are only two options. Either you stay back in Lagos and I help you get a job with another company that would still place you on the same salary scale, or you would have to move to Abuja. But the only problem with Abuja is that the only role there is a front desk officer's role, and you are a veterinarian. The next day, he didn't give me transport money. I called him and I told him I was in Abuja, sir. So he asked me for a meeting. And I said, okay, and I was going for the meeting. You see how I'm dressed? With a Farmalart t-shirt, my trousers, and my sneakers. This is exactly how I dressed to go and meet him. After sacking me, I wore the Farmalart brand and I went to meet him to show him that I am not sacked and I am still a full-blown associate of Farmalart. So even when he saw me, his wife saw me, everybody who thought I was sacked saw me. They were confused because I thought they said you will be let go. I came prepared to start work. So I went. So I started with being a front desk officer in Farmalart, really. And from that front desk officer, oh, that's me. I didn't even know the slides were up. So that's me. This is where we actually started in Abuja, where I started in Abuja. You can see it's customer care. Frankly, this was where my table was. And when I started as a customer service officer, the veterinarian that was working with us then looked at me and asked me if something was wrong with me. And frankly, I think something is wrong with me. That's why I said I like pathology, because it's only something, when something is wrong with you, that's when you should like pathology. And you know, if something is not wrong with you, please, before you leave this hall today, tell yourself that something is wrong with you. Because you would have to succeed, and if you are just normal, you will not. You will be average if you are not abnormal. You will be an average person. So before you leave today, tell yourself that there is something wrong with me. I am abnormal, and I refuse to be average because I am abnormal. So this was where I started, and then I did this for like 1 year. But guess what? While doing this, others would usually see it as just a front desk. But for me, it turned something different. I started with this, and while doing this, I was learning marketing and sales from our marketing officer then. I was now learning customer relationships. And with this, I built a relationship with over 8,000 veterinarians across Nigeria and, of course, across Africa now, right? So I used my skills as just a front desk officer to start. How many of you, after graduating, wants to be front desk officers? If I even open a place and say you should come and work for me as front desk officer, you will say no. let's say BB says he has opening now in Ghana. He says somebody or one of you should come and be front desk officer. Most of you will say no. How can I finish vet school and become a front desk officer? It's your mind though. It's your mind that is telling you that the vet certificate is what matters first and not where you are headed. So for me, from a very, very, very tender age, I have always known that I have to make a decision. And whatever decision I make is what determines where I am headed. So after this, I decided that, okay, I actually can do very great things from small beginnings, Sabi. So that statement was really not my statement, but I was doing it without knowing something like that existed until our CEO started saying it very often. Small things can lead to great things. So this was where I started, and then I moved forward, and one day I became a partnership and growth officer. And from partnership and growth officer, when I was doing customer service, somebody was heading our partnership and growth, and let's say she was doing 1%. By the time I became partnership and growth officer, I moved it from 1% to 5%. So there was a progress. And then from being partnership and growth officer, I was made the chief partnership and growth officer. So I moved from serving just Abuja to serving the entire Nigeria. And then I had a team of nothing less than 6, 7 then. And from there, I still moved forward. Sometime last 2 years, so we have an internal retreat at the end of the year. I went so as an associate, of course, I went for the retreat. And while at that retreat, everybody, or most of our associates, felt, okay, so let me not use the word felt. There was, let's say, a little bit of chaos around, why is Dr. Nancy always acting like she owns Farmalat? So by the time everybody was talking, I heard the listening, and then instead of me to now probably start feeling bad that maybe I'm doing too much, I picked the microphone and I stood up in front of everybody and I declared myself the CEO of Farmalat. Like this happened just 2 years ago, December, really. Like I declared myself the CEO of Farmalat, and I said yes, I owned Farmalat. And I asked them sincerely, openly, so how are you working with Farmalat and you are not owning it? So if you don't own the business, how do you want to move forward as an individual? How do you even want the company to move forward if all of us as individuals don't start owning what we are doing? Because it's only by owning things that you would know the what. It's only by owning things that you would also move it forward. So I finished that thing, and 2 months or 3 months afterwards, I woke up to an announcement, and I was made the country managing director for Farmalat Liberia. So from serving just Nigeria, I moved to Liberia, where I knew absolutely no one. Like I knew nobody in Liberia, but I moved. The dean was talking and he said, once you have not started employing, you will not understand, right? So after this employment, I had to start employing people. So I started employing people, I started paying salaries, and then I knew that entrepreneurship was not a joke. I understood it more. In fact, just 2 weeks last week, there was an expense that we were supposed to make, and then, Dr. Gaide was asking me why I'm being hesitant, and I asked him, sir, if it was your own money, would you want to just spend it? I think it's hard to spend money now, and then I'm making the money, and then I'm not going to be spending it because we have expenses. So entrepreneurship is very difficult. So, but after this, right, while we just went to Liberia, we were trying to see what structures we can build to help the Liberian, the Liberian market, the Liberian government, Liberia as a country, really, to sort out the animal healthcare issues they have. They don't have a vet school. They don't have a vet school. They don't have veterinarians who are trained in Liberia. In fact, they didn't even have veterinarians at all who were in the practice. So we had to start bringing in vets from Nigeria. But again, one thing was very significant, right? I think maybe I'm young, I think, but sometimes I used to tell myself that I'm not young. But why others may see it as an impossible thing to do, I was with the president of Liberia, really, in an in-house meeting. It's not something everybody would see, really. It's not all of us that will meet a president in our lifetime and have an in-house meeting that is not a general meeting. So you can, of course, maybe you go to the airport and you see him, it's different. But this was a meeting that was specifically supposed to be with Famalat. And I was there with him, and we were talking face to face as a young person. And of course, this meeting happened by midnight, just so that you will know that it is abnormal things that work. It is, if they ask you now, it is 8 a.m. to like 6 p.m. That is the actual time people should be working. This meeting, this picture was taken around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the night. Like by midnight, that's when we were taking this picture. And the president of their country was not yet sleeping. Most of you will be sleeping by 2 a.m. and 1 a.m. That one, it's not something we should even think about. But again, we were there and we were still talking about how to move the country forward in terms of animal health care and agriculture. So my story, really, I don't know what you have picked here today, but I hope that as you are living here today, you tell yourself that you want to be abnormal, right? From meeting the president, last year during our retreat, as I said, it's an annual stuff or thing we do. Guess who became a shareholder with Farmalat? So I became a shareholder with Farmalat. How many of you knows what it means to be a shareholder? Okay, so it means I own the business with Dr. Kayode Femi. My name is on our document as one of the owners of Farmalat. So that was my award during the last year's retreat. And I graduated 4 years ago, just in case you are telling yourself that you are too young to succeed. Like I graduated 4 years ago. You know, the dean was speaking and he said it's 3 years he's giving, right? Exactly. So if you finish school and you go and sit down and you start blaming the government and blaming everybody, blaming your parents for being the reasons why you will not succeed, please, dean, when you see them, pass with your car, don't carry them. Like, we all don't have a reason to not be abnormal enough, to not be courageous enough to challenge the status quo. So right from the beginning of this story down till now, I hope you see that there's a similar pattern, really. It's all about challenging what is normal. It's all about challenging the status quo. If you want to move forward, so I am not even where I want to be yet. And, you know, just to add to that, sometime last month, I was just sitting, I think it was on a Saturday, and Dr. Janet sent me a message that please, I should check my email. I asked her what it was, so she had to screen grab because she saw that I was not willing to go to my email at that point. So she screen grabbed it and sent to me. And it was an email from an international magazine asking me to feature, that they have gone through my story and they want me to feature as Africa's most influential managing directors, shaping the business in Africa in 2026. So when I saw it, I started laughing. I told her, no, that I think there's a mistake. Maybe I'm not the one they saw their story. She said, Dr. Nancy, is your name that is on it now? Is this the email? I told her, no, I'm not sure. How did we get there so quickly? Like, people can now read a story around me and think I should feature in their magazine. And it was not an African magazine, by the way. So it means that what you also put out there about yourself, one day somebody may just be searching and they just see that, okay, this story actually means a lot. And while we were still on it, another magazine sent an email and was asking that I feature as Africa's most inspiring women leaders to watch out for in 2026 too. Though I didn't take any of the offers because I still think I have a very far journey. Like the journey is still very far. When I will start taking the offers, it's when I know that, okay, everything, the ball has been set, and yes, it's rolling without me even watching. Like I could be sleeping and the ball is rolling. Right now, it's still work time. So I'm still working. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still building myself. And I think every one of us in this room should take that home. We are all works in progress. Unless you are just somebody who gets filled up so quickly. But if you don't get filled up so quickly, if you are hungry and humble, you can be very successful with an abnormal mind, and then you are humble, and then you are willing to learn, and then you are what? Hungry. Like, just be hungry. You will win, oh. This one, I'm very sure. Be hungry enough to always. So Dr. Puspa used the word curious. She has been a curious person. See now, as a child, she was thinking she could open up a fish. She was thinking she could open up a fish, right? So you have to always be sure to feed that curiosity and then be more curious per time. And to end this for today, I wanted to play a video. Okay, yeah, this.
This one.
No, this.
This one.
This. Yes.
Okay.
No, please start it again. What's I know? Yeah, that is what I'm doing. Okay, just a minute, please. After the video, I'm done, so that Dr. Femi Kayode can take it up from from there. All right. So since the video, it's I don't know what's wrong with our sound, but again, before we leave, we can still play the video. But I want you, as I said, to leave this place today and also understand that we are all abnormal people, and we can do great things from small beginnings. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Indo. Let's give a round of applause.
Of course, why not?
I think from today, someone tells you you are behaving abnormally, you would accept it as a compliment. Okay. So it's time to listen to our next speaker, and he will be speaking on the theme design, disrupt, dominate. And our next speaker is the founder and CEO of Farmalet, a leading animal healthcare brand, expanding access to affordable veterinary services across West Africa while empowering veterinarians and strengthening the ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, let's welcome Dr. Kayode.
Across Nigeria and now this
I think it's been a long stretch, right?
Yes.
It's been a long stretch, and maybe sometimes we need to probably stretch. Do we have to need to stretch, maybe stand up?
Yeah.
Across Nigeria and now Liberia, Farmalat is redefining access to animal health, one community at a time. Too many communities lack access to affordable animal health services. Livelihoods are vulnerable, but change is happening. Farmalat delivers efficient distribution, empowers veterinarians, trains communities, and expands access, starting from Nigeria to Liberia. From the hills of Taraba to the streets of FCT, our programs are empowering women, and lives are being transformed.
So we are taking a short photograph. All the lecturers here kindly join them on stage for
Through our Vetpreneurship and Outlier programs, over 20 veterinarians have received grants and support to grow sustainable practices.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Aditola, CEO founder of Aditola Vetpreneurs.
Hello viewers, my name is Dr. Asika Onyekachi Augustine, the founder of Calling Pulse Veterinary Health Care.
Hi, my name is Pashami Umezetan, and I'm the CEO.
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
Let me tap.
My name is Grace Manuel, I'm a veterinarian practice. Since the time of the award, our monthly revenue has increased to 200%, and that is the least we have ever done.
I appreciate the leadership of the Health Farmland for the Vetpreneurship Award. We are able to take social corporate affairs commission, completed our party, and began building a trusted identity within the community.
We started with 3 workers and have been able to maintain that so far. And prior to the grant, I was able to started very good services within the community. So that's where I came to have more reach to veterinary grants granted in that opportunity. Farmalat's input into our business, into our venture, has really helped us grow in leaps and bounds. We've been able to at least increase our ability to supply all the materials and items that our customers need by at least 4-fold compared to what we provided before now. The award and products has moved from business from 1.9 Naira to Veterinary Store. Veterinary brand of the Veterinary Care has impacted many lives by creating jobs and even especially the lives of pet owners by supplying pet products to at least 7 states in Nigeria, including Kano State, Katsina, Ibadan, Abuja, Kogi State, and many others. We've had over 100 clients and customers within Kaduna and outside.
While I'm still running my NYSC, we were able to expand our own service using part of the support we received. This led to over 30% increase in our client base.
Yes, so
And we've
Liberia
added
and
a new
then also
profit
Ghana
mark
now.
to our
And then of course
collaboration
Sierra
list.
Leone. In fact, our products landed in Sierra Leone yesterday with yesterday.
Grab what we need, make our supplies and
We don't,
deliveries,
for now, we're
get
not yet
paid,
using red.
everyone is happy,
So
our clients are happy, and
we sent
we
it
can
to
boldly say
Ghana.
that we're producing some of the happiest pets
But
in the
from
world
tomorrow, we want to go
from
around Accra
our consistency
and then see
with
what we
the
can
services
do.
we
But
deliver.
we
My advice to the government
they
is
yesterday
invest in the growth of
went
the
on Accra and
business,
saw a few
brand,
pet
or
stores
career
to
as
see
a
what we
veterinary
can do
doctor.
together.
And remember,
So after
consistency
tomorrow,
is
we'll
the
make a
key.
decision
Thank
on
you
how
once
we
again,
really want to
Farmalat.
work with
A
them.
word I have
But again, we
for
are
the
very
incoming
open to
cohort
having
is
distributors
know what you want
have
and
our
go for it.
products here.
And give the community a reason to be proud
of you with what you will be getting.
Thank you to NBME and to all the actors.
Yes, they don't. So right now, we have 3 veterinarians in Liberia. So we sent them from Nigeria to work for us. So what they are doing, we have a clinic. So right now they treat, like do the clinical practice and handle farms for people too. So right now, if you have a farm in Liberia, we have veterinarians who are on ground who can attend to your farm. Like very good veterinarians for that.
What I want to do is send you to the area, like the constant personnel.
Now in Liberia, we're replicating success, supporting vets, creating access, and building a stronger West Africa. Together, we're building a future where no community is left behind. Farm Alliance, transforming animal health, livelihoods, and lives.
I want to thank, I think he's not around, but of course, let me extend my very heartfelt appreciation to the provost who were at his office yesterday, and the warmth we received was amazing. And I also understand that he owns chains of pharmacy. So he demonstrated clearly the idea that he understands what it is that we want to do today. And I really want to thank him. And of course, to the most popular dean in Africa. and I don't say that lightly. You know, and I really like the energy here in Ghana, in Kumasi. Well, so it's our first time in Kumasi. And your dean could hug you. Ha. Like your dean could hug you. I saw him hug quite a bit of people yesterday. So Nigeria is good. I'm really very proud of Nigeria. But our professors could be very intense. I didn't say tough, intense. Because they want to bring out the best in you, you have to also show that you want to receive the best by that your professor, your dean could come out and be playing with you and hugging you. You see, sometimes you really don't know what you have until you lose it. There's a culture that allows you to emerge. It's the worship of something bigger than you that sometimes stops the bigger you to emerge. You're paying too much attention to something that you have seen, with very little emphasis on something that is becoming. So what a great leader does is not to show you how powerful he is to show you how powerful you are. If our leaders stop paying attention to themselves, I think Africa will have one of the rapid transformations we've ever witnessed. For God's sake, in another 10 years, Prof will probably have retired. So who will now be the leader? You, right? So it is a seed you plant today that grows tomorrow. And so, oh, you are amused by my laughter, right? So I will do some more. So you have gold in your hands, and I think you should value it. Is that okay? So I want to thank our Dean, Professor Emipe, and thank you for doing this, really. It was, as he said, it was never in our plans to come to Ghana. Our impression, so she mentioned the banter on our social media. So I thought, okay, if we come to Ghana, okay, we'll start first of all arguing about the jollof rice before we start arguing about who's more darker. Then we'll now. So I just thought, okay, let's do other African countries. But he made this happen. And I think, please, if you don't mind, one more time, help me put your hands together for the most popular dean in Africa. Thank you, Prof. And then, of course, to all the staffs in the School of Veterinary Medicine. I really want to thank you for hosting us, the Deputy Dean also. And of course, to Dr. Boris B, right? When we grow up, we want to be like you, we want to have your height, we want to have your, like this. Don't you just love him? You do. What you shared and the video you shared was very insightful. And the reason why people like Dr. B, allow me to call him Dr. B, the reason why Dr. B is important in meetings like this is also to show you what's possible. What's possible. And one of the reasons why we take our time to share our stories, I'm taking 30 minutes, so just stay with me, really. And I will not drag it far long. One of the reasons why we share our stories is because once you see an example, it's easy to solve the exercise. Is that correct? General mathematics, I don't know if that's the same thing here in Ghana. When you have general mathematics textbook, you have example, then you now have exercises. Is that how it is? If you understand the example, it's easy to solve the exercises. Examples are critical. Examples are critical. Dr. B is flesh and blood like you. Right. Does he have 2 heads? 4 legs? If you check him properly, everything he has, you have, just waiting for you to take actions on it. I give you another reason why his example is very important. I got in from Abidjan. I was invited by a World Organization for Animal Health for a 3-day meeting across West Africa. The leader in the veterinary workforce across West Africa were all there. And it was by delegation or so. And I saw people outside the African continent trying to solve African problem. Are we bastards? You didn't get me. I said we went for a 3-day meeting and they put all the leadership. See, I learned, but I don't want to learn to the point of irresponsibility. They put all the leadership of the veterinary workforce across almost 18 countries. And they were spoon feeding us on how to solve our own problems. And then one of the leaders in a particular country I will not mention said that they've aided them for 5 years, and her biggest sadness is that the finance will be out and there will be nowhere to turn to. It's tough to bend the old ones. It's tough. Because my dad of blessed memory died last year. Even so, I'm way younger than Dr. Puspa. I'm 42. I'm 42, right? So we can call our age. My dad, even at 40, he will tell me what he's sitting down to see. Even if I climb a ladder, I cannot see that. Why? There's a lot of wisdom in it. It also paints a picture that as you grow old, it's difficult to be a child again. So it means your opinions are formed, your thoughts are formed, and what you have believed is difficult to even reverse at 70. So most often, sometimes as elderly ones, we live with a measure of regret. So we decided to change strategy, to say you should not grow up as a vet and be irresponsible. Africa has honest problems. Africa has what? Honest problems. By evading it will not solve it. Dr. Janet still made a comment and said that you are Gen Z, right? Gen Y. We point at you and ask you, so why didn't you solve the unemployment problem? Now you're collecting money from your parents. You know, so I came from a very modest background, and my family was just like the average African family. And one day I went to serve. 17 years ago, I finished school, veterinary medicine, and I went to serve. And for the first time, I had a friend who told me, I had a friend while I was serving, I met him. His parents were very comfortable. And he looked at me one day and said he was deciding whether he should travel or not. I said, oh. So you can decide to travel. That option wasn't available all through my growing up. You can just decide that you want to take a vacation. You can decide what to eat. How dare you decide what to eat? How dare you decide? It is what they serve that you will eat. What they serve. So it wasn't in my consciousness that decisions are possible. Like you just wake up and say, no, it's fried egg you want to eat today, and you don't want any other thing. Right. So when I stayed with him for a week, a resentment started coming against my parents. I said, where were they when these people's parents were making it easy? And that began a journey of almost 6 months of questioning and feeling bad. Until one day I realized, by the way, I'm married, 4 children, right? That if I continue in this bitterness, my children will also grow up and visit their friends and feel bitter that their dad, while he was young and able, didn't make any impact. You see, we are concentrating on you because Africa needs help. Trust me, it's not going to come from the outside. If an egg gets broken from the outside, what happens? Life dies, right? If it breaks from the inside, what happens? There's a lot of lessons we can learn by solving our own problem. It's even how to solve it. Did you hear that? There's a lot of lessons you can learn by solving a problem. How to solve it. Most of our planes are flown out of Africa to be serviced. You didn't hear that. Most of the inventions that we have currently that we're using, where is this mic produced? We haven't learned how to be productive enough. And that's why we're not respected. So we want to tell you that you can stay and do nothing. And our children will point back at you. Hopefully, not with regrets, right? Do we have enough food in Africa? Huh? Are we producing enough? I went to South Africa. You know, South Africa is one of our biggest economy in Nigeria. It's the biggest economy in Nigeria. I see the way they produce cattle, the way they produce beef. Please, help me tell somebody by your side, it's the same brain we have. Is it not the same God that created? Or did they pour engine oil in some? And then what's in the other one is like coconut water. So come to think about it, why are we not producing our own thing? Okay, so somebody give me a reason. So why are we not producing? Is Ghana exporting beef? Is Ghana exporting chicken? Thankfully, Dr. Boris is going to be exporting to Nigeria. Please, we want to partner with you, right? But how do we now start having Dr. B multiply amidst all of you? That thinks not just exporting you as a raw material by going out, but by exporting the value your institution has produced in you. We flew from Accra to Kumasi. Some people, when they fly and touch on the tarmac, they say, thank God. Some people, when they fly, they ask questions. How does the plane fly? It's by questioning things that you are able to intersect the learning journey and imbibe it. So, how can Ghana, what's our local breed of cattle here? What's our local breed of cattle here? Huh? What's it? So, and apologies, I'm supposed to have checked this out. What's our local breed of cattle here? African? Shorthorn. That's Bokolo. Okay. So how many liters of milk does it produce in a day? How many liters of milk does it produce in a day? Or how many kg of... You need to start thinking in terms of value. Science is designed to produce value. Learning in itself is stupid, except it produces an output, results. Right? So, our average cattle here, what's the kg of beef? Or the entire carcass? What's it like? Okay, so let me give you statistics from Nigeria, right? Our own local cow produces 1 to 2 liters of milk. 1 to 2 liters a day. We have foreign breeds, not of course in Nigeria, that is producing 25 to 40 liters a day. There are breeds of cattle that is producing 25 to 40 liters a day. Hope you know there are cattle that are 1,000 kg in terms of weight. I don't know whether it's okay to do this, but help me touch your head. Right. Because sometimes we need to remind Africans that we have a brain.
Thank you, sir.
Or we don't. And that brain is the same brain. It's the same brain. So how can you compete when your cattle is producing 1 to 2 liters? With somebody whose cattle per day, there's no way you can be rich. How do you want to run with somebody who's producing 25 liters per day with you who's producing 1 liter per day? And they said both of you should save.
Let me tell them.
So what you need to do, I long for a time, I'm supposed to welcome everybody first, but I entered inside my thought. I long for a time where Africans will start putting a demand on themselves to produce bigger, better things. And we are hoping, according to what our dean, most popular dean in Africa said, we're looking for just 50 persons. 50 persons, 50 entrepreneurs. 50 who will just, as Dr. Nancy has said, be abnormal. We will not accept 1 liter per day and stay in that lab. And stay in that lab until we have an African breed that can generate 25 liters. That's when we will now start running. If you are going to be one of them, please raise up your hand. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so give me 15 minutes and then I'll be off. Is that okay? Let me thank Dr. Puspa. I'm looking at the time. Thank Dr. Puspa. You enjoyed our class. And then I think you were impressed that she's 55. She is. And she's still looking like somebody you want to talk to after the meeting, right? So I think it's a word of caution. she's a mother. She's a mother. And let me also thank Dr. Nancy. Hope you know Dr. Nancy was the one who funded this meeting. Yes. She said she doesn't want to spend, but she was the one who funded all our flights, etc. So so she's now country managing director for Liberia, but she's leading our African expansion because we just expanded to Sierra Leone, and we are also working with the dean to see how we can be in Ghana. So what do we do at the back end? We supply, so we're a B2B business. We supply over 1,000 veterinary clinics and agrovet stores across West Africa, but mainly, I think bulk of it is in Nigeria. 95% is in Nigeria. We went to, fantastic. I love, so, and see, we're here. We're really here. So if you're going to start your business, you start your veterinary clinic, we notice that one of the biggest issue you have will be funding, right? Funded. So we are starting with the University Kumasi Nkrumah, Kwame Nkrumah. Yes, Kwame Nkrumah, University of Science and Technology. We are going to be giving your faculty a revolving fund of 100,000 CDs. Thank you. So what that means is that we will give you in terms of product, you will sell, and then you will return. When we see that you are using it very well, we will start gradually increasing it. We can do that. There are people that we give product loan of 10 million. But you will need to gradually, so we give you 100,000 CDs, and then you pay us back, and then you ask for more product. And by the way, in Nigerian Naira, we gave out closing up to over 1 billion in product loan last year, 1 billion Naira. So I think Nigerian, I will need to start converting it to CDs. 1 billion Naira, what is it like in dollars? Divide by 1,500. What's that in dollars? Okay, so I leave you to that. So what do we do? Because that's how we power growth. The video you watched was us picking young vets. We pick young vets that want to establish, but they don't have the financing, but they already have the training. We look at you, those people you watch in the video, we gave them grants, capital to rent their office space. Then we now give them product loan to start, and then they pay us back. Because sometimes what we lack might not just be the energy, might just be a little help. Some people have used that to do amazing things. And we're willing to also do it for those of you who want to finish school and you want to start your own practice. And we encourage usually. You serve with somebody? 50. Right, good. Prof recommended us to some of your graduates in Sierra Leone, and we've already assured Prof that we will be supporting the person. So I went, one of our people, associate, went to Sierra Leone, took a picture and saw empty shelves. Usually that's how it is. When you start, it's with empty shelves. But you don't have to start with empty shelves when you have Farmalad by your corner. We could help you stock. Thank you. We could help you stock. And of course, if you are a honest person and you're a hardworking person, people have grown to do amazing things with it. And maybe my final announcement before I take my final 5 to 7 minutes is that Dr. Nancy said it was while she was talking that occurred to me that she was the first outlier. So we have this award that looks at students. If you put intelligence and courage on opposite ends, which will you choose? So for us in Farmalad, we always go for courage, because you can be wise and cower. Have you seen people who are brainy? They talk very well, but they don't dare things. Africa, we need to start daring things. So we look at the students, People usually award the best academically in all our Nigerian universities. And for the last 4 years, we've been awarding the most courageous students. Who is that person? The deputy dean was telling me of somebody that others will not want to go towards attending to a cattle or a sheep and goat, but there's a particular lady. You know, you will always know. Yeah, Gadi. She's in Sierra Leone. Yeah. So there are those people. They could know what it is that they are doing, but they might not have A's across. The little you know, with a huge measure of courage, is bigger than the much you know with fear. Did you hear that? The little you know with courage is bigger and better than the much you know with fear in your heart. So we're looking out for people like that, and we always like to imbibe those people. So I am officially announcing the launch of our Outlier Award for your graduates. So we will share with you, you don't understand what it means, Dr. Nancy will put you through. But for the winner, on the spot on your graduation, we will be crediting you with 1,000 CDs. I hope my calculation is right. And then if you want, you can now come and work with us for a month. And that's what we are offering. All right, so good. How many of you got this? And so you need to be very fast. Prof, can I still take 10 minutes? Does that work? Please, let me take 10 minutes. You have this, right? I'm going to run all my class in 10 minutes so that we can be out of this. What's the theme of this meeting? Decide, design, disrupt, and dominate. Right. So that's the message we are sharing across all our campus. It's a campus talk. And the first thing we want to tell people is that you will need a decision. And as simple as that word is the most powerful word you will ever encounter. The reason why people fail is because they've not decided. Suicide, what does that mean? Suicide, what does suicide mean? To kill. To kill oneself, suicide. What does genocide mean? To kill others. What does decide mean? To kill options. Is to kill options. Did you see that in Dr. Nancy? She had options. She had options. But once a decision is locked, options disappear. Options disappear. Options is the greatest illusion that people who have failed with their lives have. You cannot do everything. But you have to decide on your own that you will not be normal. Again, back to Dr. Nancy. What is normal is to finish school and blend and not be known. Trust me, our dean is an abnormal dean. We have seen so many mediocrity that to step out of that level of mediocrity in West Africa, you will need an abnormal decision. Decision not to settle. Decision not to be like your colleague. Theresa May says, others may, but I will not because of destiny. You will know when somebody has decided. You will know when somebody has decided. It's not that those people don't have challenges. It's not that those people don't have what will distract them. It's because focus is the name for anybody who is on the path of progress. So I'm coming back from Abidjan, and I went with our delegates, and I told them Africa needs to wake up every morning working. We don't have time. We think we have time. We don't have time. How many of you know Elon Musk? You watched his latest introduction of Terafab. Who have watched his latest introduction of Terafab? You will need to start. When I watch them, is their thinking I'm looking at. Elon Musk said that there will be more robots by 2030 than human beings. You can say it is not possible that God forbid, because there's these crutches we have that is making us not to walk. Is our interpretation of God. Right. But people are thinking. I was in school when phone came out now. I was in university. Nokia with light. And for those of you who used phone then, if it vibrates in your pocket, you will think, you'll be afraid. Now phone vibrates normally in our pocket, and there's no consciousness that something is wrong. Elon Musk has implanted chips in people's brain. Don't let people deceive you that the world is not moving forward. Do you know that plane flies? On which mechanism? I came from a church where you pour holy water to allow things move forward. You cannot commercialize. How can you commercialize holy? Just imagine, before the plane flies, they say it's holy water that will make this plane fly. Will you enter that plane? It's our interpretation of God. The God I think we serve gives us intelligence to produce. So we cannot use our own culture to invalidate that process. I say robots are coming. So it is you that will, it's us in West Africa. Don't go to class and then sleep. All in the name of passing your exams. By the time you finish, you give it another 5 years, the world must have evolved. Phones are now not, how many of you have phones here? You have Nokia 3310. Everybody will be looking at you in the campus like a god. I'm telling you, this phone in another 5 years will disappear. It will not be in your brain. So, if you amplify a weak thinking, you will amplify a weak life. Okay, you didn't get that.
Yes. Go ahead.
Let me explain again. The phone you are holding, there was a time that there was no phone. There was a time you will send a mail. It will take 3 weeks, ditto. And then those mail will take weeks. We have somebody in Liberia now. I can dial her and have a real-time meeting. Those things were elements of witchcraft before. You know why I'm saying this? Because I'm trying to convince you that you will not need your phone again in another 5 years. You don't need to believe me. The phone will be everywhere, will be in you. The problem is that if Africa has internalized a weak process of producing value, once you amplify it, you will amplify a weak result. So the best time to start thinking about producing value, so that when this is mic amplifies my voice, right? Just imagine I'm not using a mic. It will be difficult to hear behind, right? So, but what is amplifying is either my wisdom or my foolishness. Yes, sir. We need to start learning as students that it doesn't end in passing exams. It ends in value in the market.
Yes.
Don't be happy that you have A. Be happy when that A can produce value, because the world respects only value. So how is this working? Oh, I have 5 minutes. So it's a decision we all have to make to be intentional about our continent. One of the reasons why we used to brag about Dr. Puspa is because before we went to her place, the average vet think excellence is not possible in Africa.
Thank you, sir. Tell them all.
So I used to tell people that this thing is in Lagos. It can be in Ghana. It can be your own practice. And I told her, preach or teach your heart so that we can have, you were all smiling during, when you saw the pet hotel, right? So why were you? Is the value you place on something that brings out the excellence in it. They are not just dogs.
That place was better than our own.
But Prof, yours is way, way better. There will be kennels you will enter, you will not spend 1 minute. So what's the first thing you have to decide? What does it mean to decide? To kill options. You are locked up to value for progress and nothing is going to change that. The next thing is for you to design. And that's where this sheet comes in. When we started, Famila started with debt of over 17 million. But when we were starting, we said by 2030, by 2030, Famila would be a unicorn, $1 billion company. Because you have to finish it before you start. What did I say? Finish it before you start. So look at this sheet. We've asked you to go to 2030 and take some time to dream about what is possible through your value delivery system. By 2030, where do I see myself? For those of you who want to go into career, whatever, that's okay. For those of you who want to do some other things, that's okay. What we are saying is that by 2030, will somebody be proud that you finished from KN UST? So, 2030, quickly, who do you want to be? Somebody wants to give me a quick example. 2030, where do you see yourself? 2030, just quick, because of my time, I need 2, 2030. And let me tell you the reason why it's difficult for you to answer. You've never really thought about your life. Prof, Dean, we have young people who really don't think about where they are going.
I tell them in class.
All right, so good. 2030, where do you want to be? 2030, where do you want to be? See how bland they are. And this thing is normal. People have not defined. Have you flown plane in the night? And I used to use that as an example for my people. By the way, there are 80 of us working in Famila, brilliant young people like this. Brilliant young people. There was a time I was flying with Dr. Nancy. We left Nigeria in the night. And I told her, just watch what will happen. The time they said we will land is the exact time we will touch the ground in South Africa, wherever you're going to. And it was all in the night. So why will something that big fly in the night? Is because it has a defined path. You're not getting me. Guess what? If you don't have a defined path, you can end anywhere. So, what I need you to do with this sheet is to go back. Who knows? I really want to hear somebody talk. Who knows? Where do you want to be? All right. So we need to include it in the curriculum. All right, good. We need to include it in the curriculum. That people need to be coming up with a 5-year plan. Do we teach that in school? No. How can you be and not have a plan? Let me tell you, which is the best food in Ghana? Fufu. If you eat fufu, do you think about how the digestion process happens? Because the person who created you with a defined plan. That is why that process can be repeated. So you can now live everything God has created to a planless journey. So how will you be a student? You've started veterinary medicine, you don't even know what to do with it. And that's how we live in Africa. We have A's without knowing what the A can mean in market value. We are having A's. See, because I really want to annoy you, our cattle is still producing 1 liter of milk. So why won't your A translate into even moving it to 5? Or you just want to have in your head without having it as value? That doesn't work. Time, right? Good. Okay, you know. Good. 2030, what do you want to be?
I want to be a commercial livestock farmer that should be able to produce and then process livestock products, especially ruminant livestock, cattle, sheep, and goats. Yes, please.
All right, thank you. But again, let me quickly add something. Oh, see? And you see, when you speak up, you get help. See, he has shaking somebody who is very... Thank you. So you can see that. But let me quickly add something. You can sit. Let me quickly add something. Connect. Fantastic. Let me quickly add something that we teach in Farm Alert. You know, Dr. Nancy also mentioned it. Don't speak English. The word in itself is maths. Did you hear me? Don't speak, what he has spoken is English. The word in itself is maths. When a plane leaves here and says it will be in US so time, is a time in English, is in numbers. So teach us how to number our days so that we can apply our heart to what? To wisdom. The word in itself is in numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it is meaningful, it has a number attached to it. So if you have a plan and you speak English, you cannot say, oh yeah, plane, land in South Africa very soon. Even if you put very well, it might not land. What you need to lock in on a plane is the coordinates. Fantastic. Coordinates as in what? And what makes your design practicable or workable is numbers. It's numbers. So don't say you want to be a commercial what? Everybody is commercial. In fact, everything is commercial. Right? So you design. So please, when you go back to your hostel, we fill this form every quarter, but attach numbers. Don't just put English. Any quarter without a number, you cannot measure. And what you cannot measure, you cannot... Exactly. How many papers will you write? How much do you want to sell as a student? 10,000 CD, 100,000 CD. How many work will I do in a day? 5,000 work. How many hours will I study? What can progress must have a number attached to it. Don't say I will wake up every day. What time? Don't say I will study every day. How much time do you have to study? The next thing is to disrupt. Conventional ways don't work anymore. I told you, you know what Elon Musk did, and I really need to round up. Elon Musk said he's going to create, who follows Elon Musk here? Maybe it's just my obsession, right? He said he's going to create data centers in the sky. Look at how crazy those things are. How much is Elon Musk worth? Who knows? He's worth 800 billion US dollars. Do you know the next person who is after him? Do you know how much he's worth? About 200 and something. How do you ever close that gap? And guess what? His next innovation now is people are spending billions to build data center because the world is now AI. Trust me, I don't want to go into that. But people are building data centers on Earth. And he says the Earth don't have enough energy to power those data centers. Do you know what he wants to now do? He wants to carry those data centers in space. Look at that level of thinking. Look at that level. Are you not even impressed? sometimes, and let me say this on Disrupt finally, sometimes your ideas might look crazy. But of course, you're abnormal, right? So you accept it that way. And then the final thing, I use the word dominate because I want us to lead. Africa is not leading. The vaccines you use, who knows the vaccines you use? The vaccines for pet, DHLPP, where is it from? What's the brand name of the vaccines you use? Okay, you don't, okay. No, don't worry, once we stock the pet store, you will start knowing all those brand names, so apologies. I think I'm stretching you beyond. But 70% of the drugs that you are going to be using, I don't have anything against import. But how long will we keep importing? See the war between US and Iran without any supporting any side. Our fuel prices in Ghana gone up. It has gone up. Do you know why? One Strait of Hormuz had issues. I suspect that one day something will happen, and whatever we are import dependent on will be our biggest weakness in terms of negotiation. You cannot negotiate from the point of weakness. I say all the vaccine they are giving to your pet, 70 to 80, and I really don't know because we distribute those vaccines, right? 70 to 80% of them are foreign vaccines. So it means that if anything happens and they say they want to suffer Africa or they want to suffer West Africa, they close all those borders for all the import. So just imagine, can you imagine a little bit that all the import is shot against West Africa? We are not importing milk again, we are not importing beef again, we are not importing vaccines again, we are not importing even the clinical tools we use, we are not importing pet food again. What will happen? Your training will be useless. Oh, apologies that I'm very harsh, right? All these things that you've paid money for, because without the tools, you will not be able to practice now. If you understand and you can diagnose a disease, and you don't have the tools to solve it, what will happen? You will be watching the animal die. It is now time to take leadership in Africa. And it's going to start from the restlessness every student will have in your faculty, in your class. When you are reading, it's okay not to sleep. It's okay not to sleep. What's not okay is not to produce. I wish every one of you success.
Let's do the top of dog Saturday.
That's useful dog. That's a good one.
I think you've been challenged. Personally, I've been challenged. Maybe I'm not being abnormal enough.
Yeah.
To speak to you. So I want us to do a personal exercise. Tell yourself you are powerful.
Yeah.
You are powerful. I am audacious. I am audacious. And I can make a change. Round of applause for Dr. Feli. Once more. So we've had enough from our speakers. It's time to listen to us. We are giving room for 5 questions to ask your questions, and they will answer it for you. So if you have any question, kindly raise up your hand. Just 5 questions. 5 questions. There's a hand here. Kindly move forward. Okay. Move forward. 5 people. 5.
Stop. Stop.
Okay, my name is Nasari, DDMC.
So you're asking for funding opportunities if you want to start a business. Let's take this
What are the biggest challenges when we're starting out, and what can you give us an advice for us that want to get into business so that we don't have the same challenges, or when we do face them, we are able to scale through them quickly?
So challenges.
Okay. You want to know the challenges? Okay. Now, please look at me. Please don't sleep. I can see some of you will be done soon. First of all, I would say that just as you find money to pay your school fees, try and find money to register a company. Some small money. Yeah? Registering a company is not too expensive. You can save. Tina, you can save your chop money, yeah? And then register your company. Once you get your company registered, now listen to me, there are so many tricks in making money. Yeah. Once you get your company registered, open a bank account, which is free. You can even start with 10 cedis. Don't do business with one bank. Never ever do business with one bank. I'm doing business with 19 banks. I know why. I'll teach you. And don't do business with one bank. You're right.
Yeah, very correct.
The reason being is very simple, because banks, they also have their challenges. And sometimes you need them and they are not there for you.
Yeah, they will not have money.
Try as much as possible. If you have money, if you have the little, whatever you have, go to the bank every day. Bank every day. Do not spend whatever you have before going to the bank. Put everything in the bank and spend out of what you've put in the bank. Listen to me. The little that you are starting with, please, now, recycle it everywhere. Because the banks want to have deposits.
Yeah.
They have targets. And we have also targets. There's so much money today. For example, with the current government, treasury bills, fixed deposits are now as low as 4% in Ghana. Before, we were having 17%, 16%, which was making many people very lazy. Today, you have to give out your money. You have to borrow out to people so they can work with. So once you have decided, as my brother said, and once you have designed, which you are now going through, you are designing, right? Disrupt and dominate. Now you are going to dominate the market because you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you've acquired the knowledge through your deans, your professors, your doctors. So you are ready for the market. My brother said he is going to be a livestock person. If I listen to Dr. Femi, and somebody is doing 1 to 2, straight away I'm going to search for who is doing 25 to 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you get that person, start talking to the person. The beautiful thing is that when you go to Europe, It's not like Africa that nobody wants to share.
Yeah.
There they share. They share what they do, and of course you can also learn from it. Remember, you have a brain. Crack your brain. Sit down. No decision making with a friend. Think of yourself. Have your own, what you have passion in. What do you want to do? If you know it, do not let anybody come in between you and your decision. You can only take advice, but remember you have a head. Mr. Mankwa is a farmer. He's dead and gone. He once told me, if you are somebody who listens to somebody's advice and take everything without applying yours, if you're not a fool, then you are a poor man. Won't you clap for me? Always have a listening ear. It's, you can always absorb. Add it to yours. Think through. If you want to ask questions, like somebody asked a question right now, you can. But, as I said to myself, my vision is going to give birth to hope. My hope is going to let me stay focused until I hit my target. I have a target. From here, you will have a target. If you cannot hit your target, Dr. Femi said something, then you are nobody. You have not decided what you want to be in 2030, they don't know what you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So the next question is on funding. Dr. Femi, would you want to, how can they get funding in case they want to start?
So again, that's another lie that we've been told, really, that funding is what's stopping you, right? The person who asked the question on funding, do you have your business registered? Who is the person who asked the question on funding? Do you have your business registered? Can you shout? No. So what are you asking funding for? You've not married, you're asking that you want to give birth. How do you want to do? Won't it be illegal? People who use funding as an excuse are mentally lazy. Money is everywhere. Money is everywhere. Let me do something quickly. What's this? Who wants it? What happens is that a lot of you raised up your hand. Nobody is standing up to take action. I watched it on YouTube. Funding. Account you don't have. Business you've not registered. If I invest in you, won't you call me a bigger fool? If I have sense and you have not even taken the basic step that you can take and you are looking for the big one, won't you think that something is wrong with me? Funding is an illusion. There's money in everybody. Who has money in your pocket now? Who has money in your pocket? You have money currently now inside your jacket, in your purse. You have. Can you raise up your? You who don't have. You have. If I know what to tell you, and I put a basket here, won't all of you put money? Take action. There's money everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you for the 100 citizens.
All right.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. I have two questions, and the first one is, Doctor, you said you haven't been in the university before, so you don't have any master's degree or something. So in your journey, have you been bullied because of certificates, or how do you correlate certificates to entrepreneurship? That's my first question. The second question is, I want you to talk about the marketing aspect of our, since we've been talking about entrepreneurship and production and those stuffs, I want you to highlight on the marketing aspect of that part for me. Thank you.
Then we take all together. Okay.
Thank you very much. Please, my question goes to Dr. Puspa. With your legacy and history with the creation of House of Pluto, I want to ask, what are some of the challenges you faced in creation of House of Pluto, and how did those challenges shape you to become who you are today? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marcella, and my name is Marcella, and sorry. Hi, my name is Marcella, and based on um, Dr. Febi saying that you should have a what would you want to be in 2030? That I've had a plan for a very long time, but my issue has been, is it going to make me any profit? What I want to do is, so since high school, I've been thinking, I've been thinking of setting base in the north and then creating this like large farm feeding kind of thing for the cattle, so that instead of them migrating down here, they are all kept at the north. But then I think about it and I go like, how is that going to make me profit? Is it going to make me any profit? And it discourages me from doing it. So since high school, that has been my banter back and forth if I actually want to do it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, esteemed speakers. My question is kind of a two-parter. It goes to you because Dr. Boris, because you've actually been in the Ghanaian market. The first part is, and to all the guest speakers as well, we've actually been hearing about the attitudes that we need to open businesses and to make the business successful. But I think we'd also like to know, and it's really good, I think you started on that right now, the steps to take in making those business, because we have, some of us have the attitudes, but starting is, we don't know the first step, we don't know the first 10 steps, and I think that's the problem, and I'm really glad you started that. And the second part is circumventing some of the challenges that we actually have in Ghana. Like you said, a fellow black man genuinely does not want you to succeed, and these are things that I would say are not open secrets, and we don't know how to go about them. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Last question.
All right. Hello, thank you very much. My question, I'm Emmanuel Esiama, and my question goes to Dr. Boris. I'm asking you this question because you are into the poultry industry. You see, in Ghana here, there is an inflation and then a decrease in the prices when it comes to eggs. You see, yeah, because when the eggs become abundant in the market, the prices seem to decrease because you don't get buyers, and then this leads to spoilage of eggs. And then when the eggs become scarce, it leads to the inflation of eggs. So I'm asking you, is there a way we can put in place to store the eggs when they become abundant in the market in order to stabilize the prices in the market? That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you. This is the last question.
Please, my name is Sharifa Anderson, and my question is, what skills matter more than academic knowledge for success in entrepreneurship?
Thank you. We'll start with Dr. Boris on how to market your startup.
I'm feeling as if I'm in a BC level, BC, exams room. Even though I was doing our time was common entrance. Those times, yes, and then the O level. You said something. Please come to me. Please come. What did you say your name is, please?
He's Prince Onesimus.
Come again?
Prince Onesimus, Marty.
Okay, Marty. Look at this guy. Everyone, look at him. Especially the ladies. Please look at him. Is he a nice guy? Oh. Hey guys, don't be jealous. Is Amate a nice guy? How many girls in this room would like him? Raise your hands. Okay. Please, the lady who was waving, please come. Yeah, you. Yes. Please come. Yes. We are going to do something very simple.
Oh, nice.
Very practical.
Nice.
Okay. Just stand beside him. Very. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So we have a beautiful lady and a very handsome gentleman. Look, if you are a man and you go to any institution, maybe you have registered your company and you go to the bank, never go to, if you're a man, never go to a man. Go to a lady. You see, me, if you are ugly, I won't talk to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Say, I refuse to talk to an ugly person. Hello? Hello? This is very practical. Now, you have 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day. We all maximum 8 hours to sleep. We businessmen, we use 4 hours. Sometimes 5. We have roughly 16 hours, which of course, effective work is maybe 6 to 7 hours, as we all know. You want to spend your time talking to people you don't like? You want to waste your time with friends who are not productive?
Yeah.
You want to waste my time? Whilst the Bible says that he has given us 70 years to live, all the rest are bonus. I can calculate my hours right after school. So if I leave school at 23, 24, yeah, 70 minus 24, huh? Is what? 46. Okay, so 46 years I have to live. Now listen to me carefully. 70, from 65 to 70 years, you are old. You cannot be performing as you were very young, like Dr. Femi, 42 years. I am 55, almost 55. I'm like my dear sister. She's a December born, Dr. Pusipa, right? She's a December born. I am 1st December. She's a 1971. I am 1971. So you see a coincidence. Now, this gentleman goes out. This lady, I swear to God, do you think I'll pass this lady and go to somebody who is ugly? Trina, I'm your dad. You know I like good things. She's my confidant. Huh? In fact, she's the next of kin when I'm gone.
So you would speak on navigating.
Yes, I'm saying it. I've said it everywhere. Brother, always you would have favor as a handsome man, educated guy, speaking to a beautiful lady and sharing your concerns. Be truthful, be transparent, yeah, and be trustworthy in business, but be smart. That's it. Thank you. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Now, somebody was asking me whether I was bullied. You know, in business, you win some, you lose some. You will not always win. But you see, try as much as possible to put it in your mind. Wherever you meet in business should be a win-win situation. Don't be thinking of yourself always. And don't be quick in making proposals. Don't be quick in making proposals. If you want to do business with anybody, let the person propose. Think of it. Think of it. Have time. Think again. Have time and think again. And then answer the person. Three things. I said, listen, think. Think again, and think again. And then answer the question. Don't be too hasty in making your proposals. No. The last person who is quiet in the meeting room, who has the last word, always speaks sense. Those who are quick to answer, they go home with nothing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So, Doc will take the next question.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So before I answer the question, do you think that mic is better? Yeah? I cannot hold two. Yeah, I think this is better. So before I answer
No, the other one,
our lady's
it's
question,
online.
she said, what are my challenges and how did I overcome it? Before I say that, I also would like to say that House of Pluto, we have 30 staffs with 10 veterinarians now. All of them are from fresh graduates from Nigerian University. One of them are Cameroonian, but she also went to Nigerian University. We are specialized in cats and dogs, which is our main, which I have been trained for 28 years in small animal practice. We also do a lot of wildlife. That is, we have created animal sanctuary, saving wildlife from being eaten by people and being used for black magic or whatever, not saving them from the market, and we rehabilitate them and then put them back in the forest. We also handle a lot of equine polo horses, where we treat many polo horses, which our president's son, Sheikh Tinubu, if you all know in Nigeria, his horses are also under our care. The Dangote's horses are also under our care. So most prominent people. So we have clientele like you come for internship at House of Pluto and then you see Tiva Savage walking in. And you start taking pictures with her because she is also our very client, including Davido. So what I'm trying to say is not bragging of who we are, but what we do. The value that we give is what they want. So they come for you, they come looking for you because they know if they go to Dr. P, things cannot go wrong. She will do her best. You know, that's because not how much money they're going to pay, but how we can solve their problem. So that is our attention. Yeah. Now, answering your question, I had, yes, like everybody else, I had a lot of challenges. Number one, I'm not Nigerian. Number two, I'm a woman. Number three, I didn't have the money to start the practice. But I had a solid idea, I had a solid desire, and I was so honestly and truthfully wanting to make an impact and changes for the animal welfare in Nigeria. So that's what made the changes and attracted somebody who is one of my clients. He's a young boy who wanted to become a veterinarian, but now he's a big, running the largest plastic industry, and he's a very rich man. And he came and told me, he's like, Doc, why don't we partner and do something, you know? I said, I've always had this idea. So the idea was here, but the universe conspired to make it happen for me by sending this person. I didn't have money. He had the money, I had the idea, we put together and we made House of Pluto happen. But challenges are always there. Be very decisive. Like all of us say, you must know what you really want. There's no such thing as no power supply at House of Pluto. When I told somebody, when I start our hospital, I want power 24/7. I don't know how we're going to do it, but this is what I want. So we have 2 generators, you know, which we maintain when there's no, you know, original power supply. So you have to be stern, decisive, honest, and be focused of what you want. So then you can just face any kind of challenges in your life. And external factors are external, but internally, if you are developed, there's no external factors can disrupt you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. But before that, if you haven't registered, kindly go to the back and register. Because if you don't register, you won't get your certificate. So kindly do that. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you. And if how many of us are on LinkedIn? LinkedIn. All right, fantastic. So go on LinkedIn, type Farmalad, follow us, and if you're kind enough, look for Kayode Femi and also follow. Sometimes I share quite a bit of my journey on LinkedIn. And also to answer the question, the fear is that you don't know enough. Is that correct? You don't know enough, you don't have enough. So you know enough to start. Some of us are still learning. We've started manufacturing our own veterinary cosmetics. And 2 weeks ago, we got a not so good raw material because you could get the formulations correctly. And if I didn't know raw material is a big issue in Nigeria. I thought you would just say you want this because you have the formula, you've produced the first set, produced the second set. That's how it is. When the first raw material finished and we got the second raw material, we condemned an entire line of production for a bad raw material. It took us 1 week to brainstorm. Where are the issues? Just start. Just like a car that you're driving in the night. If you're moving, you can only see 200 meters. But as you keep moving forward, what happens? Life unfolds. Don't let what you don't know hinder what you know. You know something, have you? You know how to open a bank account. You now know that it's people that are fine that you look for. We might not say it, but some of us practice it. Abi, don't you like Dr. Nancy and Dr. Jaden? Do you like them? Not that we look for people who are fine, right? There has to be a value attached to it. But when you are physically endowed and your mental acuity is sharp and your attitude is right, you will most likely be ahead. So you will not know everything, but don't let that stop you. Start and fail. And finally, on this question, when you get back to your hostel, write the word failure on a sheet of paper and love failure. Just hug. Oh, nice. Because if you are afraid to fail, you will not start. Once you don't start, you cannot move forward. Be friends with failure, that when failure comes to meet you, is only teaching you a lesson, not leaving you a bitter pill. The first person I wanted, no, don't let me go into this. The first person I wanted to marry after some years broke my heart. And I wrote in my wisdom book that I cannot move forward again in life. I'm married now with 4 children. You can always move forward. Don't just internalize a bad experience. Is that okay? Right. On a final note, we are starting a club, but a Vetpreneurs club. Your student, you want to start experimenting with leadership and entrepreneurship. How many of you want to be part of that kind of club? Fantastic. All the schools we go to, we think if we do like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours talk, it's always not enough. Because you already have fear sold into you for 20 years. Sometimes 1 hour talk is not enough. But when you have a community where you practicalize these things, practice make what? Perfect. It's easier to sustain this. So we are going to be starting and going through the dean, starting a Farmalad leadership and enterprise network. It's already in all the schools that we've been to. And what we want to do is to bring young people like you, but young people who are interested in leading and starting a business, so that we can create warmth together. We can even know you before you finish. So that when you finish, it's not time to now start knowing you. We can support your ambition, and then together we can save Africa. Thank you very much.
Was answered.
Sorry, I need to close this meeting now. Sorry. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank God that they said, you dominate, you decide and dominate. I'm the dean. I've decided, and I'm dominating, and I'm closing this meeting. There's a reason why I feel I need to close this meeting, because when I give 1 o'clock, I meant it. And one of the decisions of a good leader is to keep to time. I thought you would clap for me. I don't know if I'll be your dean at the end of the year, but I believe strongly that I've taken the school from 2019 to date to become one of the best veterinary schools in West Africa and also in Africa. This I cannot do myself, but I sincerely want to appreciate every lecturer that are here from the School of Veterinary Medicine. Please, can you stand? And I want you to give them a round of applause, please. Please, can you just clap for them? I will also want to appreciate 3 major people, or let me say 4, that has been a very strong pillar of the School of Veterinary Medicine. The founding dean, Professor Raphael Folice, Professor Tony Opoku Ajimani, and also Professor Joseph Atawana. Some of you might have met him online. I want to specially appreciate Professor David Eyarife, who has been working with the school since 2013. Let me appreciate Professor Oladayo Faleke. Thank you so very much. Before I want to say a big thank you to Farmalat for allowing me to disrupt the plan and dominate. In the plan, they have done it in ABU's area, in University of Abuja, and the next place was Osman Danfodio University. So I disrupted it and I put KNUST Veterinary School. And that is why they are here. So Dr. Kayode Femi, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your team. Janet Mayaki, that's my date. So that we can get Nancy to be jealous. Nancy, thank you for leaving Liberia to come to us. I want to specially appreciate the House of Pluto. There are reasons. She made me to see one of my greatest mentors, Professor Zamri Zad, today on video call. I want to thank you. And I want to thank you for the beautiful work you have done. For the first time, I saw a clinic that is better than my clinic. If you all agree with me, can you clap for the House of Pluto? I sincerely want to appreciate my very bosom friend. When I say bosom friend, I can come into their house. I came into the house, I jacked a lady to be a vet, and he didn't argue with me. And I told him that that lady, that small girl, will lead Boris B, so that all the money they generate will come to the School of Veterinary Medicine. I want to thank Dr. Boris B. I want to thank you specially. Not only because of the 10,000 Ghana cedis, because I was actually expecting 100,000 Ghana cedis. But I will ask for more. The more I'm asking, please, ladies and gentlemen, please can you help me to give him a round of applause? I'm thanking you so that if I'm not the dean again, let me thank you now for employing some of our graduates. About 2 or 3 of our graduates is working with Boris B currently. Thank you so very much. Boris B, I have one request, which I will be very glad. Please, can everyone listen to me? Please, I have one request. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking for a poultry shed, which I have discussed with you before. A poultry shed for us to rear broilers, give us feed, give us vaccine. The students will rear the broilers, and we will sell back to you and make money for the school. Am I granted, sir? Yes, sir. Thank you. House of Pluto, she thought I will escape her. I know. I have asked for 10. She said she will take 4. Yesterday I asked for 8. When I saw the clinic, I increased it to 10. I am not just asking for 10, but honestly what caught my attention was your word. I have 4 big words that I have not equipped in my school. I want to have a house of Pluto in my school that has donated cages. That will be a good word that I will call the house of Pluto in my school. I deliberately make this request for some reasons, so that it will be stamped that UPM has come to KNUST. And it will also show that I have a strong connection with UPM, and it has reflected in the School of Veterinary Medicine. Now to Dr. Femi Kayode. You have said you are going to take my students. I want 10 of my graduates to come to have a 1-month internship in your organization. If it is yes, say yes, sir. Why? Because I believe strongly that no matter who joins, you need mentorship. I am not asking for money, I'm asking for mentorship. Let it be a culture in the School of Veterinary Medicine where I can gather 10 vetpreneurs who will be trained by top-notch in the area, where I can send 2 or 3 to Dr. Boris B, and they become like Dr. Boris B. I want to send 5 to House of Pluto that will be able to multiply House of Pluto in Ghana. I want to send 10 so that they will be able to have Farm Alert mentees all over Ghana. That will be my joy. And I want to say this. I'm an academician to call. I have mentors, Ghanaians, nothing less than 10. But what am I going to give back again? I am ready to mentor anyone who wants to be a professor like me. And that will also be my own contribution. Friends, this has really been a wonderful time, but you can see the act of giving. These are people who have started in an humble background and they are ready to give back to the society. Time did not permit me to let you know that I also decided that I will not stay in Nigeria, but I will stay in Ghana. Time did not permit me to let you know that I was not to be made the dean. I disrupt and I dominated. I was not the choice, but I was forced to be the choice. Friends, there is nothing, the world is not waiting for people who are calm, but people who are ready to take it by force. You must decide what you want. Life is not kind. Life is not nice. Life is what you decide to take, and you take it by force. A lot of opportunities are here. They will be here for just 1 hour, because in the next 1 hour, I'm taking them back to the airport to go to Accra, and from Accra, they'll be going to Nigeria. Dr. Boris B. is here. Their contacts are known. I have given you the platform to produce more than 50 entrepreneurs for the School of Veterinary Medicine. One day I will leave as the dean, and I will no more be your dean. I will be a former dean. Whatever you make out of this school is your choice. I have come, I have conquered, and I have made my mark. I believe so much in you. That is why I gave you this opportunity. If you fail me, too bad. You need to let us prove that KNUST School of Veterinary Medicine is the best in the whole Africa. I stand here to challenge all that I, Benjamin Emikpe, has done my best. It is for you to prove that you are the best. Thank you for coming, and God bless.
Students, what do we say to our dean? What do we say to our dean? Okay, thank you so much for giving our students the opportunity. And I believe that from here, we are going to decide, design, disrupt, and dominate. So all too soon, we come to the close of the event. Kindly let's be on our feet as I invite Mrs. Charity Dedu, who is an assistant lecturer here at the Department of Anatomy and Physiology at the School of Veterinary Medicine, to give us the closing prayer.
Zika, those who said I don't want to leave, I have given my transport. I can leave.
No, shall we pray?
You can leave. I'm not done with my PhD. I can leave. No, you see, I have my reasons.
Daddy, we thank
Your
you
people
for
can be
this
very
afternoon. We thank you for our lives and those of our resource persons. We thank you started with us. We thank you for all the thought-provoking discussions today. It's our prayer that as we look forward to dominating our space, solving our problems, and helping others, you help us, especially in the decision-making, as children, as young adults, and as older ones who need to guide others. We pray, Daddy, it is the most important to be made. A clear-cut one, a purposeful one will definitely make impact. Help us, guide us, lead us to the right people, and help us in all we do. We pray also for journey mercies, especially for our resource persons. We pray committing everybody, our tutors, our professors, even our students, into your care. Lead us through the rest of the day. Bless us in all we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mrs. Charity. So we've come to the end of today's program. Make sure you network, make sure you get to know someone, take contact. My name is Abnas Wadebi and I'll be your next. If you've not registered, kindly go to the back to register so you can get the session. Thank you all for coming.
Please, if you think people that I please find me quickly for I met you, please move to the front now. 14 people that I met personally, please move to the front now. Thank you.
No, he's going to help me while I'm back. Please.